What's going on, YouTube? This is Joshua Pirtle, a.k.a. JP Lowson, bringing back Session 2 of the Voyage to Erebus. If you haven't tuned in and checked out Session 1, I encourage you to highly do so. It was a lot of fun getting everything introduced, but from here on out, we're getting into a lot of danger, energy, fun, charismatic, artillery going all into these sessions. So it's going to be great. What you got, Joe?
If you're watching episode 2 and you haven't watched episode 1, what is wrong with you?
Yep, my thoughts exactly. But anyways, we're going to move right past that, and we're pretty much about to get right into Session 2. So if y'all bear with us, y'all enjoy Session 2 of the Voyage to Erebus. All right, everyone. So picking up where we left off. You are all aboard this ship now. This ship is coasting sky high through the clouds at a very comfortable pace, heading towards Bordat, which is the first city that we are going to be visiting, trying to look for these artifacts that have been taken, that have been stolen, so to speak. As we are glimpsing over the horizon as the sun just starts to set a little bit, everybody's beginning to, sort of cozy down from their long, strenuous day already. But it's been a hard day of basically training, some of y'all hand-to-hand combat training, others working on, cantrips and spells that you've been, trying to master. Some of them have already mastered pretty well. It's at this point that you notice that as the sun's slipping down, the moon seems bright as ever. It's a very clear, very windless evening. So, what are y'all wanting to do in this instant, preparing for the evening?
Brock, I'm going to say, with the consent of Neres' player, has been training with Neres, just trying to get a feel for each other's power set.
Since we're the powerhouses, the heavy hitters, the ones that's getting right up close and personal.
Just to get a feel for, okay, this is where this guy's strong, this is where this guy needs a little bit more help. Just trying to get a more of a feel for one another in that sense. And he's going to stop after the training and hand Neres a towel and go, now, again, still trying to learn everything. Artemis, ain't that the one with the moon?
Yeah. She. I really didn't mess around too much with her, but I was more focused on training with Hercules and stuff of that nature. So.
Right. It's about at this point that, as y'all are beginning to, put up your weaponry, put up everything you've been training with, sort of trying to settle down, that you hear a little bit of racket in the, basically hold the ship down below. That you hear what sounds like hands and different things of that nature just cluttering around and everything like that, but all 5 of our heroes stand pretty much in the open air at the top of the ship and all that. So, what are we wanting to do here in this instance?
Sorry, people of YouTube, I'm going to have to edit some of that because it got too loud. I don't know why, but it did. But Brock's going to look at Neres and go, I'll grab my club, you grab your javelin. Let's go.
Alright, so I take it at this point that all of y'all are wanting to go investigate.
Well, us two are. I don't know about them.
What does Anna and Zeres want to do?
If you go and I'm going.
Okay, so we're gonna go and see what this is.
Okay. So, with that, I need all of y'all to roll me an investigation check.
D20. When in doubt, D20.
Straight 13 because I have no modifiers for it.
What is it?
If you've got modifiers, it'll show on your list over here.
For
I did it
Investigator.
again.
Okay,
You
so
better start rolling with those
Don't touch
D20s
the
instead of those
17.
D12s, bro.
18.
mine's 17.
He got a. What's your modifiers for investigation?
I got a 10.
Oh, he has a 4. He rolled a 10, but he has +4, so he has a 14.
Okay.
See this.
Where'd
modifier.
You-
Jab.
You are pretty much just noticing, both of y'all are just noticing, okay, this is the lower deck of the ship. We haven't really gotten to explore down here. Both of y'all, as you start heading downwards into the whole ship and all that, you're noticing that there are sort of like cracks within the ship, but they mirror or look like they could potentially be passageways of sorts throughout the ship. Y'all are going to the hole.
It's not-
As y'all are going to the hull of the ship, y'all two also, specifically Anna, since she has the ability to tell so, she starts feeling this aura of enchantment the deeper she goes into the ship. As y'all arrive to the very bottom deck of this massive ship, you notice that a door is cracked open. And you see a shadow passing back and forth into the ship. Like passing forth in between the crack of that door being open. And from beyond that door, all you hear is, "Oh, I must hurry, I must hurry. I must hurry up and prepare for our heroes so that they can enjoy themselves while they are finishing out their voyage and all that. I gotta make the food, I gotta make everything, I gotta do everything that Zeus has asked me to do for him." So it sounds like there's a little bit of scurrying going on in that room. When y'all open the door, you see a long table set with 6 different places. 5 for y'all, and then 1 that is preparing a dinner for our champions, for our heroes. In the midst of the table, you got things like, turkey, you got, a whole bunch of different meats, a whole bunch of different vegetables. Wine is poured in glasses already, as well as wine is sitting at several different points of the table for refills. It looks very elegant, very, a nice gesture. And at the very end of the table, as he watches y'all come in, Hermes stands there at the end of the table.
My boy!
And he says, "Well, welcome to y'all's dinner before your evening away." And so it kind of a weird gesture talking about evening away. What does he mean exactly by that? But you'll understand here in just a little while. But he says, "I've created everyone's spot here at the table and all that. You may choose where you like. I set 6 chairs," and he looks over at Nereus and he says, "I'll take one of them away."
How long have you known me?
"I'm sorry, I don't often see you." And so he begins to scoot one of them away. But then he ushers each of you accordingly, to a seat you're choosing and all that. And he sits down at the table. "All right, so I'm assuming you all are wondering why I'm here. Well, even if you weren't, I'm going to tell you anyways." All right, so the reason that I'm here is because Zeus has decided that he wants somebody to be able to watch over y'all on this quest, to be able to go with y'all every step of the way. And of course, I won't, get off of the ship whenever we're, visiting certain cities or locations and all that, but I'll basically think of me as sort of like an innkeeper, a maid for your ship, for your quarters.
The godly busboy.
And he's just gonna kind of look at you and just,
Glitch.
"Okay." And then he's gonna look back and he's basically gonna be like, "But anyways, shall we feast?" And so he goes ahead and starts, sending out some of the plates around the table and everything like that for people to start getting their grub. And then he proceeds to say, so at this point, we're going to allow for y'all to ask questions regarding your voyage. Ask anything that you may have in mind. So, does anyone have anything that is troubling them or that is bothersome that they wish to ask or impede on?
Hermes, you've known me a long time, right?
Yes.
You're pretty much the eyes and ears of Olympus, so to speak.
For the most part, whenever, I'm destined to go out and review everything.
Okay, I've wondered since I was a kid when I first met you, why all the guides acting strange. Some of them act strange toward me. Some
of them do. I mean, you remember when we first met that, I was kind of a little, shadowed, while watching you, trying to get to feel you and know who you were. I mean, I wouldn't take it really, very hard amongst the guides. I mean, they're, highly, out of everybody that's here at this table, I mean, a good bit of them, end up discussing about you. And that's also through, Hercules. I mean, he discusses you a lot. He talks to his father, he talks to Lord Poseidon, he talks to all of them a lot about you. And it's about right at this time that you hear from the back. And Hermes looks up, oh, we've also saved you a seat. And Hercules starts entering the room and makes his way around to his seat, still wearing all of his armor, still wearing his weaponry at his side, his sword. As he sits down, you hear it clanging against the chair. It's very silent in the room. It sort of feels a little awkward. But Hercules doesn't wait. He doesn't wait for any of y'all or anything like that. He just goes ahead and starts digging into the food, trying to fill up his plate, and starts munching down.
Hey, y'all might want to grab you some if you want any food to eat, because once he gets started, it's kind of hard for him to stop.
Brock is looking up with, like, I'm assuming there's also different kinds of meats on the table. I'm just going to pick a bird because my brain is... Brock's looking up with a turkey leg in his mouth going, huh?
I'm gonna start eating, or Emma is gonna start eating.
What do you mean? You've already started eating?
So Zeus is gonna look at his body and say, man, I'm sure regret to be here with all of y'all.
Hermes sort of looks across the table towards you and is like, oh, well, that makes two of us.
Well,
straight at you.
And Brock swallows what he has in his mouth and goes, what would you prefer to eat on? The souls of the dead and the doomed?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sort of gets a little bit awkward in there again.
Big old daddy's boy forever.
Hercules just sitting there still chowing down and all that. So Hermes is eating a salad right about now and all that. Trying to enjoy themselves.
I'm over here eating steak. That's what it is.
Okay.
Little steak.
It's around this time that your glasses start to rattle a little bit. Hermes looks up and listens. Hercules looks up,
Well,
trying to make sure nothing's going on.
Nereus over here has the steak in his hand. Because Nereus don't use utensils. Just bites on the steak.
It's right about this time that Hermes. Well, that was a short trip. Well, why don't we just go ahead and finish eating for the night? Everybody can get settled in and all that. I'll go ahead and make sure the ship goes exactly where it needs to be in order for y'all to just make a quick exit in the morning off the ship and into boarding. But until then, and he stands up and sort of moves his chair back a little bit, flutters his wings a little bit and says, "It's time that I depart from you now. So, excuse me, lady, gents," looks over at Zeres, "you," and then just flies out the room. The door closes behind him, and now it's just the 5 heroes amongst themselves. Hercules gets done eating, pushes his tray back, says, "You know, I don't really believe that all of us were brought together just by coincidence from the gods. I do not believe that my father would have brought us together if it had not been for something more than what we know. Granted, I probably know the most out of everyone here pertaining to this voyage, but there are some things about some of you I do not know." He's going to sort of look at Brock, start over with Brock. And so over to Brock and he says, "So, tell me a little bit about your backstory."
Well, it's pretty simple, really. Grew up in a little village, raised handle of cattle and grain, try to take care of nature that we got, and really just Dad always said it best. I got a strong back, a weak mind. I just try to do the right thing, and lost him be about 5 years now because I was down with an injury and a pack of wolves got a hold of him and he was too old and brittle to handle it. So ever since that I try to look out for the smaller man.
Hercules is sort of hunched over listening to everything that you say, and he ends up looking at you and says, "Well, if it's any consolation, I do not believe a weak-minded person would ever put themselves in the position that you're in now to serve the gods, let alone to go on such a dangerous voyage."
Well, your daddy put it best. And he's fidgeting with like one of the bones right now. Just the hay straw fell off since the voyage started. So he's fidgeting with that. He goes, "Well, you're right. However, it's like I said, Hercules, looking out for the smaller man. Guys don't get their stuff back. The world's doomed. Like I said, I'm gonna look out for the innocent that can't look out for themselves."
You're absolutely right. Hopefully that'll be everyone's vision with this journey, is that it's not just about helping the gods, but it is also helping the less fortunate and making sure that they do not despair. And Hercules is going to continue to go around the room to ask questions, but you, being blessed with that knowledge of being smarter than you think you are from a god, add +2 to your intelligence.
Hey! That puts me at a 12 now.
Anna.
But Brock's going to point out something right quick.
Okay.
He's going to go, "Well, I thank you for the compliment. But, with all due respect, let's just address the chimera in the room. I am kind of the odd man out. If you think about it, you trained him, points at Nereus. And both of you know Angsty McGee over here. And y'all also know Miss Anna.
Far too well." And he sort of eyes both of them, but then proceeds on and just looks back at you.
It's kind of, if you think about it, y'all all know each other very well. I know some of your stories. They got told around my village. But the biggest thing is that, I'll go ahead and say it, I have no intention, because I know this is always going to be a factor. Okay, this guy doesn't know us like we know each other. Is he going to turn coat on us? I ain't going to do that.
Understood. Just know if anyone here were to turn code against the rest of the group, regardless of the relationship I have with you, you would no longer exist.
I don't know why y'all looking at me for.
Well, Hercules wasn't looking at you, but now he is after that remark. You go to Anna. These two chose you out of the lineup of you and your sisters to join them on this quest. But you do not have as much training as any of your sisters. But your mother allowed it to happen. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think because, I am a very kind-hearted person and I want to help them and help my mom and all the other gods be able to gain what they need to have back. So I figured it's only fair for me to be able to, because I don't think my sisters have that mindset, the same mindset as I do.
Yes. And I do concur. More so about the mindset. See, I know you and your sisters all too well. Your sisters don't share the same outlook on the common folk as you do. You care for them more than probably any of the other gods do, for that matter. And that includes me. I care for the common folk, but I think you have more of a connection with them. I think that'll come in handy when we come to these cities. Another mark as to why I think you were destined to be a part of this group. He's going to look at Xeres. I really don't know what any of the gods saw in placing you with us, but out of all of your father's children, while you do have this side of wanting to inflict fear amongst people, sort of be this dangerous, quote-unquote, stallion that cannot be controlled, I do believe there is good somewhere. Good that actually holds loyal to those that you're serving with. What is your ultimate goal amongst being here with us? And keep in mind, at this point, we're not revealing what we wrote, our goals or anything like that, but you can hint at it if you would like to, or you can just say whatever you want to say.
Well, my ultimate goal is, as y'all may not, my dad didn't tell y'all this, but my dad drugged me here. He made me go. I didn't really want to go, but he made me go. And y'all could change my perspective around this voyage, but my ultimate goal just to be here is to show my dad that I'm worthy enough to, when he dies, maybe to take his spot of the throne in the underworld, maybe to rule the underworld. So I'm just here, just trying to prove him wrong and show him that I'm worthy enough to be the next of us in the underworld.
For anyone here who is misconstrued with the underworld, let me go ahead and elaborate. He does not, your father, speaking about Hades, it's not that he hates my father or Poseidon. He did not wish to become a part of Erebus, to take control down under. But if you ask me, out of the three brothers, he was probably the most qualified in knowing, because your father had a heart that was more determined and more set in being comfortable in that setting, in being a part of Erebus. So, like father, like son, I think that you have potential to do exactly what you set out to do, especially by being a part of this group. Now the huge elephant in the room approaches as Hercules finally makes eye contact with his former apprentice. And he's gonna eye Nere's probably for a good 2 or 3 minutes, not saying anything. But then he voices himself and says, Nere's, go ahead and say what you want.
Well, you already know how I feel about this. You abandoned me when I was 12 years old. Had to pretty much make sure keep myself alive. Your daddy and his friends was sending all these monsters down that I had to deal with. But in the end, it made me stronger, and my determination to confront you about your decisions and how horrible they was led me to who I am today.
Hercules sort of gonna nod his head a little bit in understanding. He's gonna give a small smirk and then basically look back at you and said, say, or do you think that you would be as strong as you are today, as knowledgeable with how to save yourself and how to grow stronger every day? Would you be able to do all that if I had stayed?
Only your daddy and them knows.
No, I really think your heart knows as well. But regardless of that, you have proven to be a fantastic warrior. And I cannot wait to see where you move to and what becomes of you by the end of this voyage. Sort of the moon is now at a full moon out in the sky. Hercules is going to stand up. Well, if you will excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and rest before tomorrow comes. I suggest you all do the same. But my quarters being the closest to the top of the ship, if any of you have any questions, you need to speak with me about anything. Do not hesitate to come pay me a visit. Good night. He sort of pushes his chair back in and walks out of the room, leaving you four. So at this point, all of the rooms that y'all will be staying in are accompanied to y'all's taste, to what y'all like. They've all been set up by Hermes, by several of the other gods. The special thing about each of these rooms, and you might want to make a note of this so you don't forget, each room has a tub. This tub is filled with healing elixir. The healing elixir allows you, staying in there for a certain duration, I would say the equivalent of about 30 minutes, to be able to heal physically seen wounds, your outer wounds.
So it won't fix Nere's psychological issues.
Nope. And it will not fix any inner wounds that may arise.
So, point of inquiry on that. When you say that, are you talking about for example, an internal injury such as
Like an internal bleeding or hemorrhage.
Yeah, it won't fix that.
It will not fix that. That will have to be, you were each given elixirs to use. That will be an actual elixir that you drink.
Yeah.
As far as
I have all the elixirs.
Yeah.
So as far as the elixir being on the outside of the body, if it touches your skin, it will heal a physical wound that you can see.
Now my brain is just I wonder how it would handle a gash across the stomach.
A gash across the stomach.
Is
Something that would be sort of teetering on the edge of being a life or death wound on the flesh will probably take a little more than 30 minutes to
Yeah.
heal. But for small, like, slashes across the
Yeah.
arms or the legs or anything like that, the elixir will take it in no time. It'll kill. Alright. So, the passing of the night happens.
Brock's on. As soon as Hercules, I'm gonna say Hades. Only one. Hercules gets up to leave. He's gonna go. Well, I ain't much for long-winded conversations, so I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm gonna hit the hay.
And I'd assume the rest of our heroes decide to do so.
Yep.
Okay. All 4 heroes, for the duration of this session, you will have a +1 to your rolls.
Yeah.
That is all rolls you have to make. Alright. For the duration of this session, it is a +1 to all rolls that you will have to make from here on out.
I've just made note of it right there under efficiencies. Because it's temporary.
When you wake up in the morning, you make your way up to the top deck of the ship, where the sun beams out now. Cloudy skies, partly, but mostly sun shines down. Xeres already stands at the entrance of the ramp, ready to embark.
Who?
Xeres already stands at the entrance, ready to embark
Oh,
into the city.
I got you. Xeres, what are you doing out here for?
I'm waiting on y'all. You don't wanna join me?
It's kind of weird that you was already out here, but
Hercules sort of passes all of y'all as y'all stand there questioning Xeres.
Brock
stops.
was just like, okay, and just
Yep. He stops at the top of the ramp, turns around to those that remain behind him, says, "Well, are we setting out or not?"
Yes.
I guess so. But Horn Boy over here, I ain't never liked him. So
Horn boy. Okay, you horse man.
want to go?
hey. Y'all can settle this when we get back on the ship later. Right now, we got a job to do.
And with that being said, you all turn to face the ramp, and outwards, y'all look at the city of Bordat.
pretty.
A very fine, beautiful city. As y'all exit the ramp onto the walkway that leads right into the city, you notice there's elegant music that plays all around the city. Elegant, magnificent structures of all these different buildings, these courtyards, people walking amongst the street, the common folk. They just seem to be, happy as if nothing is transpiring, nothing's going on. And obviously so, because this voyage, nobody but the gods know. So upon word of this voyage getting out to anyone,
In chaos.
could create chaos, exactly right. So I suggest you be very wise in who you tell about this voyage and who you don't. As you're walking along the walkway towards the city and looking down on the edge, seeing beautiful smooth rocks as the water just lightly crashes up onto them, creating a slight sound wave, and just rustling a little bit.
Brock's gonna try to crack a joke. He ain't good at it, but he's gonna try. He's gonna look at Anna and go, I think I can make it into the water.
Yeah. You do what you want, and we'll see where it goes from here.
What does she say to that?
Anna just laughs.
I'm scared to know what everybody.
Hercules leading the pack of us five. He's going to sit here and say, I know this seems like an elegant place, but keep your guards up everywhere we go.
Gotcha, boss.
Y'all get to the end of this walkway and turn to your right. Go up a flight of stone stairs not a very long flight at all. But at the top of the flight sits a young boy who looks to be sort of like he's trying to scribble or scratch onto the stone a little bit, some words, some phrases, Seems like he's just minding his own business, not doing anything. The second that Hercules and the other four step up on that top step and stop and look down at him, he looks up. And it's sort of like his eyes get wide as he looks at all of y'all. And he stands up and he just runs away. Hercules is going to look over the shoulders at y'all and be like, you would think they would just look at us and be kind. Apparently, I was misinformed. Apparently, they don't look at us like they do. And he's sort of going to nudge at his armor. Oh well, maybe I should have taken this off before we stepped out here. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Brock,
You think?
Brock's just gonna go. Well, it also don't help that we have. He just does the like a hand to Zeres or Zeres. Zeri. And then he's gonna point to it, his heavy hitting buddy, and go. Doesn't help that they probably aren't used to seeing these kind of people.
Well, everybody knows about me. So.
Well, yeah, ain't you some kind of like fighting champion?
Yes, I'm a full.
And while many people have heard stories about me, they do not know that I am specifically him.
Yeah, and the last time they seen you, you had a yellow cotton shirt on, some brown leather pants. Your hair was down to here.
This be also true.
And Brock's gonna look at fully armored up Hercules and go, I don't see it.
Trust me, as young as you are, you probably wouldn't. So,
Disco fever.
anyways, you're going to end up moving into a courtyard. The passage takes y'all see if I can get it. Into this elegant, courtyard. Very peaceful, very serene space.
Brock's just gonna whistle and go, huh.
And if you realize over here, you've got some tables right here. Right over here is an entrance into a tavern. When you walk across over here up these steps, you go into a blacksmith shop. And then right back here, going up these steps into this building, is a Greek anthology library. Basically discussing all of Greek's history, everything of that nature.
Brock's gonna go, well, there's two ways we can get information while we're here. The library would be a good option. Tavern would be another.
Okay. Hercules nods in agreement and says, several times that I've been to this place, I've actually met some quite useful individuals within the tavern. And you are absolutely right on with the library. The library has practically any information you may need, including some documentation on the gods themselves. And so Hercules sort of turns and starts making his way first to the tavern. But y'all may do as you choose.
Maybe Anna says maybe I should go and try to find somebody to talk to and see if I can get information since I have a good bond with the common folk.
So where would you like to go?
Maybe I could find out some information from the blacksmith.
Okay.
And Neri says, I'll go with you. That's
Okay.
what you said.
Okay, so Nere's is going to go to the blacksmith.
Brock's gonna go, farmers like me, we hear plenty from travelers. I'll go speak with the local farmers, see if they've heard anything, see if I can get any useful intel out.
Okay. Your local farmers around this time of the day, which are in the early hours of the morning,
In the fields.
are going to be in the fields. So we'll get to that in just a minute.
Copy.
Where's the demon child gonna go?
Zooey's is gonna go in the library and say, I'm gonna go in the library and see if I can find anything about my dad. See if I can learn
Bro, you
anything.
want to get into the peace and serenity of the library. No talking. That's what he wants. All right. Let us visit said tavern first for Hercules specifically. And what Hercules is doing. All right. This tavern goes underground. So Hercules walks a flight of stairs down into the tavern where he does not stop for anyone. You know it is crowded. He walks straight up to the tavern keep who's behind the bar. Basically sits down at the bar. Full armor, everything like that. Golden plated. Draws a good bit of eyes when he's making his way through and sitting down, but nobody immediately turns to walk over there to him. So the barkeep and him have sort of a elegant talk. And when he walks out with about 6 bags worth of ales.
And Brock's standing there waiting, going, "You thirsty, boss?"
This is actually going to be for our next leg of the trip. So I shall take it back to the ship and secure it. He's going to start making his way with all 6 cargoes back to the ship, leaving E4. Now, we proceed to go into the blacksmith's shop. When you go into the blacksmith's shop, it seems very dark. Nobody in sight. It just seems to be like there's a hammer and a forged fire that was recently used, but nobody's in sight. But start to get to look around, and blacksmith not only has weaponry in there, shields and armor and things of that nature, but also has gems, also has different pendants, sort of like jewelry in a way. And so the blacksmith is rustling around in the back. Anna, Muri's, what do y'all wish to do?
Anna's gonna say, "Hello? Is anybody there?"
While she's doing that, I'm actually going to go look at the gems and the pendants and the weaponry.
Okay. The blacksmith comes out as you're making your way over there to the pendants and the jewelry and the gems. Blacksmith comes out and sees, "Oh, well, hello. How can I be of service today?"
And Anna responds that, "Hi, my name is Anna, and I was just wanting to know if I could get some information perhaps about this town."
"Oh, well, unfortunately, information about this town comes at a price for me. And if it's deeper information you want, you can do one of several things. You can either pay for the information itself, or you could buy something from my shop. And with that, I'll throw in a little bit of information for you. The more you buy from my shop, the more information I give you."
Well, that's the case, blacksmith. Tell me about these gems and pendants over here.
"Oh, I'm glad to tell you about these. These are wonderful artifacts, wonderful gems. These gems have been harvested for years pure. They are just as pure now before your very eyes as they were when they were first brought and chiseled out of rock, out of stones. Some of these gems probably worth more than anything else you can find here combined. Like, take this one. He raises a pendant up. And in the middle of that pendant, there seems to be a very emerald-like crystal, so to speak. Sort of in the form of a ball. It's a crystal ball in the middle of the pendant. But the pendant itself, the necklace, and the outer part around that emerald gem is pure gold. This right here was made a very, very long time ago, probably hundreds of years ago. It has been passed down through my family, each generation, and all that, but I have no need for it. I don't wear jewelry. So, selling this one would be about 300 gold pieces. If you want to know, y'all should be able to look on there on your sheets.
Can't remember if they got any gold or not.
We are doing nothing but gold for this campaign.
Really? That's cool. I got 20.
Where'd you find it?
It should be on page 2 where it says, let me see your pages. It should be da.
I don't think I got any gold.
Well, at the very beginning of the campaign,
Gabby, you broke.
I think I broke too.
at the very beginning of the campaign, if y'all remember, before we even started the first session, I told each and every one of you that you actually started out with 150 gold pieces.
Okay, I got 150 gold. Alright.
So, plus whatever you already have,
Okay.
but everybody starts out with at least 150 gold pieces.
Well, I got 150. Can you tell me what this pendant does? Any special qualities?
Well, no, it's just a pendant. What you're looking for something that does what exactly?
Let's just say if I was to hit something, I wanted to put somebody on their ass and send them flying. Out of character, thunderclap.
He's gonna look at you and he's gonna sort of stroke his chin hair, his strap right there that he's got going down. He's gonna, you know what? Let me see. Let me rustle through these real quick. Let me see if there's anything of mystical enchantment sort of on any of these. And so he's gonna start digging through the chest that's right there. It's under lock and key, 3 locks. He unlocks all of them. Flips it open, starts rustling through all the pockets, through all these pouches that have pendants and gems and things of that nature. And in one pouch, he ends up pulling out a ruby. But the ruby has sort of a twinkling that's inside of it, almost like it's a alive, some sort of character trait. It sort of seems like it's very jumpy, that light within inside this ruby. So he turns around and he said, like this? He walks over to you slowly, sort of like caressing the ruby in a way. This ruby, right here, is a boulder's enchantment. Now, to give you a little bit of insight on what that does, it strengthens its character by means of attack. So whenever an attack is made, it basically adds to the strength of the attack. So in this instance, this pendant would give you an advantage when attacking, as long as you are wearing it. The problem with this gem is that this gem is not in a necklace form. It's not in a wrist bracelet form or anything like that. It's just the gem itself. So he looks at me and he says, now, you can only use this upon wearing it. Right now you can't wear it, but I can make you a set of gloves, and in one of the gloves, I can place this gem where it solely fits comfortably and will not come out. But with something like that, and you need something to protect it very well, I would say that the glove itself has to be made of hard metal or gold at the very most, probably.
Pause. How did you just read my freaking mind? Everything you just said, I was going to say, let's do that. Get out of my head.
So, what I must say to you is that this glove would cost 200 gold pieces to do, but if you were to pay that 200 gold pieces, then there would be no need to worry because the gem will be included in that. So for everything, it would be 200 gold.
I look at Nuri's.
I'm 50 short.
I look at Nuri's. I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
So, then let's shake on it. We all sort of shake hands.
How big is this guy?
How big is the guy?
Yeah. Is he like a halfling or?
No! No, he's not. No, he is about 6'2", 6'3".
Okay. Because I'm thinking in my head,
Even in campaigns, the DM has to make fun of that I'm the short friend. Great.
No.
Yes.
He's about 6'2", 6'3". But he shakes your hand. He nods at you. I will get started on it right away. Come back by the end of the day. And it shall be ready for you. Bring the 200 with you then. Then we'll be squared away. And with that, I will answer 3 questions about Bordat. So, young lady, what shall it be? What questions do you wish to ask?
1. What is the history of this town?
Bordat has been a fine trade route. It has been a huge trade route in the common folk. In fact, we've had more travelers, more visitors come here than any of the other Greek cities combined. This has been around since before, heck, my great-great-great-grandfather was even born. It has been for hundreds of years, settled here. Basically, travelers from all over the entire world come here. So you will always find people walking the streets. But with that comes a little bit of danger. You will see a lot of bandits and a lot of very questionable people amongst the streets. I suggest to keep your eyes out because some of them have learned the art of picking your pocket. Others have learned the art of just flat out taking you by surprise and trying to attack you. There is nothing barred in this city. As much crime as goes throughout Bordat, there are a lot of people here who feel that something should be done about said crime, but nobody has the willpower or the guts to stand up for it. Your next question, young miss.
Is there anything important we should know about this town of Bordat?
Well, not that I know of. I mean, well, although we did have a new interesting looking fellow we'd never seen before arrive here not too long ago. And he was very, sort of like a very chiseled individual. I mean, just almost like, yeah, I'm not saying anything about myself or anything, but I mean, if I was, sort of looking for a partner or anything like that, and I rolled in a way as of such, he's a fine, handsome-looking man. I definitely would probably, grab him up and snatch him up before any of the young ladies would. Anyways, your third and final question, my dear.
Is there any sort of other danger we should watch out for while we're here?
He sort of ponders a little bit, looks around.
Anything
Tries to
weird
think.
going on here that we should know
Well,
about?
Now that you mention weird things happening about, it is very strange that ever since this individual showed up, there's been sort of a very melancholy aura around the city. Wherever he shows up, things just get very intense, very quiet, very, sort of, what is this person doing? Why are they here? Why am I feeling so down and out? That's the only weird thing I think is going on around here. I mean, everybody pretty much stays to their own group and, their own friends and family for the most part here. And so everybody has fun, but every now and then he shows up and he sort of draws eyes and everything's a little bit creepy. He spends a lot of time in the library. So I think that if you were to go there, you might end up coming across him at some point today.
Anna says, is there anything else we should know as far as danger goes, or is that all?
I'm sorry, dear, but you could only ask 3, and you've asked your 3. So I cannot say anything more, unless you want to look at some of the other gems or anything like that around my shop.
Well, Anna proceeds to say, I thank you for all your information. We'll be back later to collect the gem and pay you.
Absolutely. Remember, 200 gold pieces. Nothing less. Until we see each other again. Ta. And he just sort of walks to the back and starts clanking around, gathering tools and everything like that. And took the ruby with him, starts piling together things on a work craftsman table. So he's going to mind his business now. Get to that. Zeres! For our lovely library. Let me pull up the schematics of the library so that you can see exactly what you're looking at. Not a very big library, but there's more than meets the eye. The schematics of the library, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
And I'll show Robbie as well. Okay, so keeping that in mind, since you're the only one in the library at the moment, I'll go ahead and pull it up on my phone. That way you can look at what I'm looking at. Or do you want me to just send it to you? Dylan?
Yeah, you can send it to me. I'll look at it.
Okay. Sending it. Let me know when you get it. All right. So as you enter the library, in front of you are 3 long tables, wooden tables, handcrafted, very, very intricate work. To the left of those 3 tables, you see a bookcase with a ladder that is sort of shifted up against it, and all that is just previously used to look for some information for some novel or book, documentary of some sort. Behind that bookcase and ladder, you see that there's a stairwell that goes up into the higher decks of the library. The higher decks of the library have a lot more books, a lot more revealing documentation. And there's one specific quadrant up there. It is very dark. Dylan, you should be able to see it. Up on the top, the balcony area, where those books are, there is a shaded area. You see it? Over on the very right? Yep, that shaded area. That shaded area has documentation that has cobwebs, has dust gathered up all on top of them, as if it doesn't really normally get viewed a lot, looked at. And down from the balcony, down those stairs, comes a very fragile, skinny woman. Walks around the corner and says, "Good day to you, sir. What can I help you find here?"
Well, do y'all have any books that tells me more of where I'm at right now? Tells me more of this city I'm in.
Oh, why, yes, that would be our general information on Bordat. That would be right over here. And she's going to walk you over to that very far right ladder on the bottom. And she's going to start pulling several books from the shelves talking about history of Bordat, general political sides in Bordat, things of that nature. She's going to set them down on the table right there at the edge where you see those books right there. She's going to see. Feel free to pull up a chair and to view anything that you wish. If you want to know about anything else or see if we have anything else, just ask me. I'll go get it for you if we do have it. But other than that, you can stay right here and you can view whatever books you wish. Okay. She's going to take herself back over to the staircase and walk back up to the top. Dylan, I want you, Mr. Warlock, to make me a investigation check. All right. Huh? He rolls a d20, and then if he has any points that go towards it.
Yeah, like the +1 we all have.
Dylan has +4.
+4, so that becomes 12. Okay.
Oh no, you don't forget your +1 that you have for that he gave us. So 13.
So 13. So your 13 gets you to see a good bit that's going on in there. You notice that these shelves that have these ladders in front of them are the ones that usually are viewed by most of the comic folk that are here in Bordat. What's unique about these shelves, there's one about general knowledge of Bordat. One of them is about Greek interpretation. So by means of what I mean by that is the Greeks' interpretation on historical events that have happened within the past, I'd say probably about 400 or 500 years. Up top, those ladders are being used to talk about political figures, all that. Those are in front of the shelves where the books specifically talk about political figures, historical figures within Greek's past. And then the one that's over there by that shadowed bookcase, happens to be in front of mystical gatherings, mystical witnessing. So those are all accounts of people that have witnessed mystical events happen within Greek past. As you begin to read, you hear the door open and then it closes back. You look up, but nobody came in, nor did anybody go out. So you look back down and you start reading again. Once again, you hear the same sound. And again, you look up, and nothing is there. The librarian decides to start coming down the staircase. She goes over to the door, and she opens the door and walks out, and then the door closes behind her, leaving only you in there. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna go over to the shadowed bookcase and see what I can find.
Okay, so you head up the flight of stairs that whirls around into the balcony area. You're going to make your way over to that bookcase, start looking. Let's see something here. I want you to go ahead and make me a insight check. Make an insight and then make a perception. So insight first.
10.
What's your modifier?
11 plus your modifier. What's your modifier for insight?
I'm going to say insight.
0.
0? Okay. So, you got an 11 on insight. So, you're reading over the names of these. None of these names are really popping out to you much. I mean, some of the books that are found there are Odysseys of the Greek gods. You've got things such as historical landmarks pertaining to the gods. Things of that nature. You don't really see anything out of place. Now, make me a perception check.
That's a 5.
perception's not really as good either. You just notice that really these just all look like old documentation, old, dusty covered, nobody ever looks at them and all that. So really your mind sort of set on, is this really going to be worth my time? At this point, does anyone wish that was close by the library to come into the library?
I go.
Yeah, I'm following behind.
Okay. So the door creaks open. Zeres sort of juggles a little bit, and like turns around and looks, and sees you two walks in. Sort of gives a little gasp, like and turns right back to what he's doing.
And Nere's being a butthole, he is a little jumpy, horn boy.
Oh, shut up, boys, man. Baby got it. Ooh, wee.
Knock it off, you two.
All right. So, what do y'all wish to do now that y'all are in the library? Remember, y'all just gathered this information from the blacksmith. You can tell it to him,
Okay.
or you can keep it amongst yourself and just try to keep an eye out. Whatever you wish.
I'm gonna relay it to Zuri's, and then I'm gonna see if I can maybe perhaps find the librarian and see if she may know anything.
Okay. So, Zeres, you know that the librarian has walked out. She's just told you this information about this individual that is causing all of this, hysteria and melancholy and, depression, so to speak, wherever he shows up. And then he comes to the library. It's around this time that the door swings back open, and the librarian is coming in. However, closely followed by Hercules, is walking in right behind her. They're laughing, they're a little giddy. Hercules looks up and sees y'all three in there. Where's the fourth? Where's Brock?
I ain't
I
seen him
haven't
since this
seen
morning.
him.
I don't know where he is.
Let's move to Brock. Brock has now gone sort of on the outer skirts of Bordat, where the farms are located. Crops growing massively. I'm talking about the biggest crops that even Brock has ever
Brock
seen.
is grinning ear to freaking ear because this is his. I don't like to use the term safe space, but this is what he knows. This is his comfort.
And it's around this time that as you're walking amongst the fields, there's a wooden gate that marks the outline of the field and all that, and then an entrance. And over the entrance is an archway that says Calibur Family Farm. So, what do you wish to do?
Did you forget something about Brock?
Go ahead, remind me if I forgot about it.
He can't read, so he don't know what that says.
I know.
He knows
I
that-
didn't say you were reading it. I just
Fair.
told you what it said.
Fair. Brock's gonna go, okay. Probably gonna be the daddy in charge. I guess let me go speak, see if I can find him, see what information he's heard.
Okay.
And he's gonna stay on the path, not pull out any weapons. All he has is his club with him, right? Clubs and javelins.
Good.
He left the axe mistakenly on the ship because he's still not used to that being part of his routine. He's used to the club and the javelins.
All right. So it's around this time you're walking down the path, and you start coming across, smaller little figures, and it's children that are working amongst the farm and all that. They're gathering some of the crops for allegedly their parents, and they're sort of like carrying them back to sort of this noble white-looking farmhouse. The windows perfect on there.
That's
You've got a perfectly placed roof. This whole entire farmhouse looks to be in perfect tip-top shape, as if it's
I
brand
got a
new.
really bad feeling. Oh, I got a bad gut feeling.
As the children start to walk up the porch stairs, out comes an older woman. And as she's talking to her children, you can see and hear them mumbling a little bit. She looks up over their shoulders and sees you coming down the pathway.
Morning, man.
Well, good morning. What can I help you with, young sir?
Well, and Brock takes half a moment to go, like, all right, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I'm just new to town. I want to see if there's anything interesting that you've heard about town recently.
Not much. I mean, my family and I keep a good bit of distance away from the town, but there's not much we hear nowadays besides what we see every once in a while when we do walk into town. Other than that, I think that, town's just running normal as always, and we're out here grazing our crops as always.
I understand that feeling. I had to do that before I came into town.
Behind you, you hear a wagon coming down the path. And in the front of the wagon is an elderly man. Bellini? Who is this? And he's going to sort of...
I'm not even going to hold in my class.
He's going to sort of park the wagon behind you and step down and ragged walk over to you.
Hold up.
Now, who are you?
Please do your missed out fire.
Hello! Hello!
He's going to go, how you doing, sir? My name's Brock. I was new to town. I just want to see if there's anything of note I need to be made aware of.
Oh, well, while you're out here, just know there's a whole bunch of crops around here. Yeah, so one of those awkward moments. Apparently, this guy has something going on with his memory.
Brock's going to go, all right, I won't take up any more of your time. Y'all have a nice evening.
Oh, and by the way, as you're going back down the path, beware, there were 4 strangers that were just sitting down there towards the very end.
Does one of them look like half a horse?
No, actually all of them, no. None of them look like a horse. None of them were riding a horse. Nothing
All right.
with a horse.
Thank you. And Brock walks on and goes, I'm probably the most unproductive. And like he's gonna be out of earshot. He knows he's out of earshot by this point. He goes, I am the most unproductive member of this dadgum team. And like so just to break out of character right quick, I have a really bad habit of when I'm frustrated rubbing the bridge of my nose. Our DM will tell you that. Brock is doing that. He has that bad trait of mine. He is rubbing the bridge of his nose. Alright, let me go find the others. He leaves the... What'd you call the farm?
The Gallagher family farm.
The Calibur family farm.
Is this shameless?
So, who are these 4 people at the gate?
That's what I'm about to get to.
Gosh. Shit, copy. Alrighty, chat. Oh Lord, Twitch coming at me.
Keep it pulled up. All right. So as you are making your way to the end of the pathway, you notice these 4 lovely people looking right at you. Oh, well. Look who we have here. Such a weary traveler.
Brock's gone. I ain't weird. I am a traveler.
Oh. Well, if you're not weary yet, you will be. Turn out all of your pockets. And they start pulling out daggers and stuff like that, swinging them at you.
Brock's just he's gonna stand at his full height now.
Okay.
Which he's always kind of from being hunched over in the field. So he's a good 6'3", 6'4" now.
Okay.
He's gonna go, you really want to do this?
Yes, I think we would like to.
Brock, I would like to try to do. Yeah. But I want to try to intimidate him
Okay.
because I do have proficiency in that.
Okay. Notice before you go, and before you start doing things, that at the very entrance of that farm is two massive bells on both sides. These bells can be heard from miles away.
Okay. Brock's going. Like, Brock can be a little bit of a schemer. He's not going to complete moron when it comes to fighting. He's going to look at him and go, alright, I'll empty out my pockets. But he's only going to do this. I pray this works out, because if it does, it's going to be awesome in my head, like it is in my head. He's only going to pull out one gold coin. Sorry, gents. That's all I got.
Well, considering that you had a javelin and everything else on your backside, they don't believe you.
I know they don't.
Because that's the only thing you... They see that already. So.
Brock's going to take... Now, before I do put this into the world, if a gold coin hits that bell, will it set off that bell in your world that you're building?
No. The
Okay.
ding can be heard for maybe a couple feet. But
Okay.
inside the actual bell hangs two ropes
That I got to pull.
that you yank on that, and pretty much the whole eastern side of Bordat can hear it, including where they are.
Okay, so... Brock's gonna go, okay, that plan didn't work. Alright. Let's just step away from these people's farm, and I'll give you everything I got. Alright?
Okay.
He's gonna walk towards the bell, and he's gonna do this, because even though he has a pretty good armor, he knows when the numbers are not in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
But he's trying to get them in his favor.
Okay.
As soon as he gets next to that bell, he's gonna go, y'all ever heard of Hercules?
Well, yes, only in tales. But he hasn't been seen or heard from for ages.
Well, have you heard about his prodigy?
No.
You want to meet him?
And as you say that, they prepare. Yep.
I grab it and yank it as hard as I can.
And at the same time you yank it, they pull out all their daggers. They pull out their weaponry. You got a battle axe there. You got...
Do I hear
you got
it? Yeah.
daggers. And they say, "Oh, you really shouldn't have done that." And they
Brock-
start spreading out on all four sides of you.
Kind of like
Surrounding
where it
you.
going to wrestling, kind of like the Bloodline does.
Yep.
Brock's just gonna smirk.
And it's about this point, going back towards the eastern side in the library, where y'all hear a gong go outside.
I
What
am.
is
A massive-
that?
I have.
Hey, y'all get on
What
my
is
back.
that?
We're going.
I can
Let's
get on
go.
you, horse boy.
Hard boy, get on my back now.
Do it.
Okay.
That's gonna be a clip. I can already feel it.
Hey, I bolts.
I guess Hercules is just running right beside you.
They're both on my back, so I'll bolt.
Okay. And Hercules, he's just gonna run beside you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Brock.
I need you to roll initiative.
Yeah, Brock is just gonna go. All right.
All right.
No,
You
not
three
that one.
And Hercules will have to wait to roll initiative.
I almost did it again. We needed like a counter of how many times I do that.
Break the party.
Y'all broke the party too.
Woohoo! Okay.
I have a 16.
Got a 16?
No. Hold on. No, 17. I forgot to add the one.
You had your initiative, your modifiers, what?
Yeah, my initiative modifier. Yeah. You know, there's things like this that made me wish I would have did the alert feed. For those who don't know and who are listening, Alert feet's basically just having spider sense.
All right. So as of currently, right now, we're sitting at Bandit 3 with a 20, Bandit
Bruh.
2 with a 17, then Joe 16,
It will be R would be for Brock.
Bandit 4 rolled a 7, and then Bandit 1 rolled a 2.
B4
So
got
you
a
can
what?
Write that down that way, brother. Okay, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, I've got the one right here.
All right.
All right.
Brock's going to
So
look at him and go, try to warn y'all.
Bandit 3 is going to try and lunge at you. Of course, they're standing about 5 feet around you, pretty close to you right now.
Yeah.
Bandit 3 is going to try to take a jab from your left side. There's a 17 hit.
Yes. Meets it, beats it.
Okay. So,
What you rolling?
D6. 2 of them.
What? Wait. The dagger's laced, isn't it? You! I wish I had a sensor sound
All right.
effect.
He is going to slash your arm. Get a little bit of that lace in you.
I knew it, you.
You're going to take 5 points of slashing damage, and then 3 points of
So 8 points total.
yeah. It's poison.
Y'all hurry up.
All right, Bandit 2 gonna try to lunge at you, but at this point, he totally
Whiffed.
whiffs right past you because after you got slashed,
Yeah.
you moved out of the way and all that and backed up, and he totally missed the lunge at you with his sword.
Can I have an opportunity or no?
Yes, this is a disadvantage because
Oh, I'm
he's,
at disadvantage.
no, he's at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Bandit 2 is at a disadvantage because he is stumbling now.
So
Trying to
Brock,
capture
as soon as he,
composure.
got loosened up, he did have that club in his hand. So that's what I'm going to use to quote me, my love. What do you think, Wackus Bonkus?
Okay.
Okay. That is a 17.
It does hit.
That is 1d8, which is the double pyramid. That is 5 points of damage.
5 points.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, you've clubbed him. You've whacked him with the club pretty good, and it knocked him practically almost stone cold out and all that. He basically face planted against the ground.
And guess what, Josh? Guess what, Brock's now, because he don't like people who play dirty. That's one of his pet peeves.
All right. What
He's
you got?
angry.
He's angry. Oh, is Brock wanting to rage?
Well, it is a Brock party without Brock getting mad.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well,
So they would
Bandit
hear.
4,
They will hear Brock's guttural
Scream.
yell. I guess by this point, with him running at full
Okay.
speed, they would hear his guttural just scream.
Nurse, is that Brock?
Sounds like
See what he just laughed.
Your character's such a douchebag. Can I even say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bandit 4 is going to try now and lunge from behind
Okay.
to try and slash you from behind with his dagger, which is also
Laced.
And boy, did he catch air!
Another one?
He caught air. No, it's 2. He caught air big time because he underestimated his reach compared
That-
to where you were.
That scream did something.
Yeah, sort of startled him. Finally, Bandit 1, who's standing pretty much right in front of you, but off to the right and all that, is going to pull out his great axe.
Brock's just gonna look at him and go, I'm taking that.
Over my dead body. And he's going to roll to try and swing that great axe.
What do you
A
get?
10 does not hit.
No.
Okay.
No.
So the velocity in which he's swinging that great axe with both hands, it's going to whiff right past you,
Oh, I should have raged before I did not.
right in front of your face.
Brock isn't even going to flinch.
But when he comes back around, he immediately steps down into a ready position, ready for you to do something to him.
Brock, just because I want Brock to have an epic moment, he's just gonna look at him like didn't even flinch, just like that dead face of I warned you. I warned all of you.
It's around this time that everyone hears hoof steps.
And Brock's just gonna laugh. And
With
then,
you three, I need you all to make
initiative.
15 plus 3.
15 plus 3, so 18.
Mm-hmm. So,
But while they're rolling, can Brock say something?
yep.
He's just gonna look at all of them and go, "Told you you'd meet some
you
next
say
famous people today."
Yeah, it's right there.
What's yours?
15 plus 3.
18. Did you roll the d20?
I hope so.
That one, yes.
16.
Now I
And
can't
that's
tell
what
what
your
it's on.
initiative modifier?
What was yours?
My modifier is equal.
Yeah.
So 10.
It's mine's just a 16.
11.
No, you add your initiative.
So it's
I
11.
don't have numbers.
Yes. Anna got a
plus
11,
plus 1 to all rolls.
just not a 7. 11.
So, did you add that plus 1? Well, yeah, add
Add
that.
another
Oh,
one.
mine's going to be a 19 because I didn't add the plus
Mine's a 17.
You're still in the right spot. All right. So now the order is Hercules, Bandit 3,
Hercules got a nat 20.
Neres, Bandit 2, who's already taken some damage,
Bulk.
Brock, Xeres, Anna, Bandit 4, and Bandit 1.
And
Okay.
I've got a point of inquiry because I
Hey.
don't know if we discussed this. Is how long was the travel from when we left Olympus to where we're at?
6 hours time.
6 hours. Okay.
Okay, pause. Strategy. I'm going to stop. Y'all two need to stay in the back and do spells because y'all have no armor. Y'all are squishy. You will
Blast
die quick.
cannons.
So
He
y'all
really
two
should
stay in the
Be
back.
looking at your
Actually, I do
cantrips.
have armor.
Be looking at your
Yeah, but
cantrips.
Gabby-
Be looking at your spells. Spells you can only use once.
But cantrips
Until
you can
they-
use all the time.
Cantrips you can use whenever
You
want.
have the best stuff because you get your stuff after a short rest.
And that wand you have, you can use that wand all the time.
And believe me, you do have your wand. You do have your staff with you.
You can use your staff all the time.
Basically, whenever you leave the ship, you never leave the ship.
Please
without
tell
those
me
two things.
Neres is going to give Brock a lecture for forgetting his axe.
Nearest is going to give you shit for getting jumped in the first place.
Oh, I got to put in a sensor now.
Bleep.
I'll find a cheap free sensor to use.
All right, Hercules is up. Hercules is going to start taking steps forward
And Brock's just
towards
going
the
to grin.
bandits.
Brock is just going to grin because he knows that this is bad for them. He did warn them. Let's be fair here.
And Hercules is going to stop right by Bandit number
2 that I
Two?
almost
Yeah.
knocked out.
Bandit 2. That's taking the 5 points of damage. He's going to unsheath his sword, and he's going to go for a slash right at the neck.
He cap a tap. Did he whiff? Did Hercules whiff?
You're
Nat
a
20.
DB beyond that.
Nat 20? How does he do it? How does he do it?
Hold on, we got it. Yeah, pretty much at this point. Yeah, at this point. Okay. So, basically, at that point, he slices the head clean off. I'm talking about that head. The sword goes straight through the head, and the head just literally flips off the body, rolls amongst the ground towards several bandits.
Like that?
Yeah, pretty much. And the head rolls towards several bandits. Now that lifeless bandit is just body sprawled out there, not moving at all, not twitching, nothing. The head several feet away from it. Hercules is going to look up at the rest of the bandits and say, "You really want this to go any further?" The bandits sort of stepping in shock, taking a couple steps back until you hear pitter-patter running across the dirt.
The kids.
When you rang that bell, it didn't just notify your party members.
It's theirs.
It notified their bandits, too.
Oh, God.
In come 4 more.
Oh.
Oh.
So now,
I gotta be honest. He probably had this planned if we even went to the tavern.
Probably.
Even if we didn't split the party.
all right. So bandit number 5 is going to be right before you.
Brock is just gonna look at Nerees and just nod. He's gonna look at his arm though. He's gonna.
So you forgot your axe?
Like I said, until he gets some more training from Nerees or Hercules, it's still kind of like simple sentences when he's in rage, and he's gonna go, "Yes,
Let's
Blood.
work on that.
blood."
Oh, Jesus.
Remember,
Okay.
Our Lord Zeus in this instance.
Okay.
it all depends
Bandit
on,
5 or Bandit 2 is
it
taking
depends
off
on which
this
one you want to, because it was really divided in Greek times. Because
Lord
All right.
Jesus.
because the cities of Athos worship Athena.
Bandit 3 is going to try and confront Hercules.
Dumb ways to die. I'm glad y'all are talking this time, because I feel like the odd man out last time.
He gets incredibly close to jabbing Hercules with the sword.
He just put himself between me and Hercules.
But Hercules sort of does this maneuver right here, which, to everyone's effect, except for Nerees, because you trained with him so long, you know that this type of stuff he does. But to y'all three, when the bandit jabs the sword right in the middle of Hercules, or tries to, Hercules catches it like
Yo.
that.
The bandit did that bad on his roll?
No, it actually had a phenomenal roll, surprisingly, if it had been on anybody else. But not Hercules.
Not Hercules.
So, Xeres, over there,
Marco.
catches the sword like that and whiffs the sword away while grabbing Bandit 3 around the neck.
That's what Hercules does.
Bandit 7 is now making his roll. He's going to try and come up and aid his partner against Hercules. He's going to try to swing his brand new unsheathed sword himself at
Probably
Hercules'
laced.
arm.
Probably
He's
laced.
going to try to slice Hercules and totally misses in the fact that as he was going down, Hercules saw this coming and simply just moved his arm that way with the bandit. Moved it out of the way. Bandit 5 is actually going to turn his attention towards you, Booth Boy. And totally,
19 is my arm class.
huh?
19 is my arm class.
Yeah, totally, as he's looking at you and about to raise and like throw his dagger and all that, realizes exactly what's in front of him and is like, oh my gosh, that's a humongous beast. And so he's going to try to throw it, but he's going to look away as he's throwing it because he's scared and all that. Throws it, just whistles right past him. And you look right back at him. And now it is your turn.
Okay, well, that one that just threw his sword,
Bandit 5.
I'm about to throw my javelin at him.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget, I'm kind of your carrier for javelins too. He just goes to Brock and just off his back.
No, he just grabs you and just throws you.
All right, 18.
18 does hit. Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
an angry missile.
You're throwing your javelin. 18 does hit.
4 plus 5 slashing damage or piercing damage.
Piercing damage. How do you want to do it?
Okay,
Wait, how much damage?
all that.
He's
4
got
plus.
4 plus 5, 9.
Really? They're that squishy.
Huh?
That
These
bandit
are,
was
these are bandits. These
fair.
Javelin, does this kill him?
Are, yes.
Okay,
Well, that's why I said-
javelin goes straight through his freaking
Yo!
Like,
Welcome to Mortal
it hits
Kombat.
his nose and then
Oh,
Takes
so it
his head.
splits.
it takes his head clear off.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Spine included?
Oh, all the blood. All the blood.
Hercules, as he's still holding bandit number 3, looks over and is like, damn. And then just looks back over.
Oh.
All right.
Brock has done
Brock!
precisely. Oh.
You're up.
There's 2 of them.
So from where you are right now,
There's two of them between me and Hercules.
yes, Bandit 3 and Bandit 7. Bandit 3 is directly in front of Hercules in your line of sight. Bandit 7 is standing off to the side of
But
Hercules.
because they're in between, I would have opportunity, correct?
Yes.
Well, I would have advantage. Let me be more accurate.
Yes, because their attention is focused on Hercules
Okay.
right now.
I want to try something stupid.
Okay?
I want to try a neck snap
Okay?
because I'm enraged and I get a bonus to strength.
Yep. Go ahead.
So that would be unarmed.
Remember, you're adding 1 to your rolls.
Yep. And hey, I have eliminated the possibility of me rolling a d12 this time. They're over here.
Yeah, let's not do that.
That is a 19 total.
19, that's it.
Okay.
You do go over there and you grab them. All right, next snap is what you want to do.
It doesn't give me a dice to roll for unarmed strike. So that comes down to DM call.
Unarmed strike, we'll go with a D12 since you want to roll that one so often. Remember, you had 1. What?
I'm not. I gotta be extremely ginger.
Nat 12? Alright. So 13. So, yeah, you just go up behind, I'm guessing, is it Bandit 7?
Bandit 7.
Okay. He goes directly up behind Bandit 7 as Bandit 7 is so
I
focused.
want to do it.
I know. Is so focused with Hercules and all that. Doesn't see the big, colossal Brock walking up behind him. What does Brock do?
Brock just looks for a second. He looks at Bandit 7, Hercules. Bandit 7, Hercules. Looks for like approval from Hercules for like a moment and goes and grabs this dude's the top of the cranium and the jaw and just hard as he possibly can trying to rip this dude's head off. But he'll go for a neck snap.
Oh, well, you turn this guy's head around 180 degrees and heard the biggest snap you probably ever heard. Y'all probably in the back just going, oh my gosh.
It's Brock
Looking at that.
Lesnar.
And as soon as that head goes 180, you hear the snap, and then just
I just
looking at the
drop.
body, you let go, the body just goes, just like hits the ground.
He's just looking, smiling, and laughing because he's enjoying it.
I gotta know, what does Hercules say
He's
about
enjoying
that?
what's happening.
Oh man, Hercules is looking at that and it's just like,
Mad.
all right, keep it going. Turns back around to the guy. He's still bloody holding.
How's this guy not died from oxygen loss?
He hasn't lifted him up off the ground.
Oh my
He's just holding him by the neck. That's all he's doing. Just gripping right here and just.
This
holding
guy's
him
like,
that.
help.
Zeres, you're up. What do you want to do, brother?
Let's see what we want.
Josh. DM. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna go for a German suplex in session 1, but I'll take a neck snap. You're like, there's no way he's gonna.
Anna, you're on deck.
Alright,
as
so
soon
I'm
as
gonna
Zeres
start.
gets done.
Yeah, 7
Hey, why
go
don't you
ahead
tell
now.
them about some of the stuff that we have coming up, like more videos?
Yeah, so absolutely, guys. Amongst the channel, we pretty much, we've got the sessions going on, but we've got several other, files, folders and all that of different videos we'll be uploading. We're going to start uploading more WWE content as well, part of that. Obviously, y'all just recently saw, the punishment video for Money in the Bank's predictions. And your boy over here, Preacher Man R&B, decided to go ahead and take those chops for us last time. He got.
How many bandits left?
All right.
We done killed 3, and there was 8 of them, so 5.
Bandit 7 is now gone. Bandit 3 is still being held by Hercules. You have 4 other bandits that are left. 6, 4, 8, and 1.
He's going to do one of them. He's going to do whichever one of them.
I'm gonna go
At this point, Bandit 4 would be the closest to him.
I'm gonna go out the number 4.
The Bandit 4 has to save a DC of 15. So you have to roll a 20.
I'm gonna go out the bandit 4 with the Wanda Fireballs.
19.
Well, he beat it, so it don't work. So
What were
So
you
what
trying to
was he
do,
trying to
Gary?
do?
he was trying to hit him with
I was
the
trying to
wand-
hit him with my Wanda Fireball.
with the fireball.
You're trying to hit him with fireball. Okay.
Just a reminder, fireball's a spear shape. There is no I in team. But if you try that fireball with your friends nearby, I will jump over this table.
Well, not the ones he was going for the bandits that are out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're away from
Close
the
to
group.
Okay.
They're closer to them.
Okay, you gave me anxiety.
So, Bandit 4 is going to realize, oh my gosh,
I don't
that's not a
feel
normal
this
weapon.
out.
What the heck is going to come out? And right as you're casting that, he's going to go ahead and take it upon himself to do a dodge and roll out of the way.
Out of the way of the
With-
fireball.
Yeah,
The
out of the way
fireball
with
still
fireball.
goes off, but you just
Out of the way with fireball, but with the dagger in hand, almost as if he's about to throw it. All right, Anna, what you got?
I'm gonna try to attempt to do a firebolt.
Okay.
Now,
At which bandit? You got 6, 4, 8, and 1.
which one does Hercules have a hold of?
3.
So 6.
6? Okay, go ahead.
I couldn't tell what that was. It's wrong. You want me to reroll it?
Yeah.
7, which would be plus fireball plus 5. That is a 12 plus 1, 13.
Does hit.
And that is.
It's plus 5 spell attack.
Yep, so. Let me see this right there. 1d10, which is this one. That's a d12.
Oh,
I only do the wrong thing. 8 plus 5, that is 14 point. No, 13 damage.
Is
How do you
that
want it
plus the
done?
1?
Oh, no, that's not plus the 1. That's a
So 14.
14.
How do you want it done?
How you want to do it? Describe
How
how
you
you
wanna
kill
kill
this fool.
He's dead, so
You killed him.
explain
How
how
do-
you just killed him.
I'm gonna
So a firebolt, think of it like the way I was taught. Think about it like a laser
Okay.
shot from a.
It says you hurl a notified creature. So
Yep.
Burn.
Explains how
Nope,
he-
I ain't
yeah,
getting
he just died.
I am gonna throw it right at him, and I'm gonna burn his head off.
What is up with
What's
those
up with the
things?
heads, y'all? Come on, man.
I literally
Y'all going for the
headshots.
heads.
Hey,
Goodbye.
They want to make sure that this crew stays dead.
Headshot.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, headshot. Well, because of that spell and because of what it does.
it was actually a cantrip?
Excuse me, cantrip. Thank you. Because of that cantrip and because of what it does, the second that it hits the guy's head, it hits it with so much force that it engulfs his entire head around with flame.
like the Indiana Jones.
Yep. And literally disintegrates it.
Not even the skull left.
Not even the skull left.
Good job, Anna.
Just totally just wipes him clean.
Who's that leave?
That leaves Bandit 4, 8, 1, and 3 that Hercules is still. All right.
Who is he? Big
We're
Show?
going to go to Bandit 4
The
now.
one.
Bandit 4 just saw what Anna did.
And what's happened the entire time?
All of these bandits all of his friends are being picked off one by one, pretty much, for the most part, this whole entire time, ever since backup arrived. And so he's very agitated right now. And he's going to try to run to you and stab you
Everybody goes after him.
with the dagger.
That time out when that pulled him away from, because he was one of the original ones that was surrounding me
So that would give Hercules a tactical opportunity.
and Brock.
Hercules is holding somebody.
Well,
He
it'd be
doesn't-
give Brock a tactical opportunity.
It does give Brock an attacking opportunity.
And
Let's
that's-
hope that he can get to that opportunity before she gets
And that's little sister,
Go
even
ahead.
though she's probably older than him.
So as soon as that bandit starts running,
Ooh!
Hit?
attacks.
Have mercy.
Does he hit?
That is 19.
I gotta wait for him.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so what are you trying to do to intercept him?
I'm gonna hit him in the ribs and knock him away from her.
With what?
My club.
Okay, roll for damage.
That is a D8 double pyramid. That is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Wow. Okay. So when you smacked him away from darting towards Anna,
Oh no! What did I do?
you literally swung so hard that it started protruding a rib out his back
Ooh,
as he hits the ground.
Did I really just pull the Big Brother energy out?
I think so. Now, because you did that to Bandit 4, he is now on the ground, like writhing in pain.
He's bleeding out.
He's not thinking about getting up anytime soon. Obviously, he's just going to sit there.
Brock is just now. This
gonna sit
guy
this one out.
just to give a little insight. Now this guy's gonna be Brock's punching bag
Mhm.
because, like I said, he from session 1 because of how Brock's interacted with Anna,
Yep.
he views her as a sibling.
Yep.
He went after sibling. He's Brock's new plaything for a little while.
Okay, we got that. Bandit 8 is going to turn his attention to Nuri's.
Sorry, bud.
He wants to try to go after Nuri's.
Going to be the 19.
I actually have two dads.
All right, there's a 19 hit.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Let
So-
it happen.
With that being said, what he's trying to do is not stab you. He wants to slash you out at the legs. So he's going to go for your back leg, sort of have a running slide in with the dagger. He's going to slash that back leg, and he's going to deliver.
Oh, he beat it.
Yeah, he met it.
Oh wow.
19 barely. He's going to deliver 5 points of slashing damage
So I'm at.
amongst your back leg.
Hey, bro, you need a pencil?
I got it. I forgot to get.
So,
Now keep him. I don't know if I told y'all this here. I'm counting slashing damage differently than your hit damage.
So, I'm
whenever
at,
you get 10
11.
slashing damage, you lose 1 hit point.
okay, so
So
Or
okay,
you
so
take
I'm
one
at
damage. So that was only 5. So basically, at this point, you've lost a half of.
So I was at 11. So where would I be at now?
10 and a half.
okay,
Yeah.
so does that factor? No, he stabbed me. It wasn't a slash.
No, he slashed you too.
Okay, so I did that
So-
math wrong.
What do you have now on there?
I have 8. That was from the slash and the poison.
Okay, well, the poison was 3.
Yeah.
The slash was 5. The slash itself only took down a half a point.
So I would be at,
Poison still working in you hasn't gone into effect yet.
okay, so I would be at like 13 with the start of the poison.
Well, whenever that does that, there's that leg, like he goes to a knee on that leg and just screams, "Ah!"
Oh my god, you beat the mic again.
Okay. Okay. Bandit 1 is now going to turn his attention to Zuri's. And he is going to pull out his axe. And he's going to attempt to actually throw his axe at you. Overhead. He's going to try to throw his axe.
Let me see your sheet. I want to make sure it's something. Okay, yeah. You are a class.
He's squishy.
Oh, extreme.
Oh! Woo!
What?
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Ugh.
All right.
Wait,
So,
wait.
Did he just take max?
what is your AC?
10.
Your
His-
AC or HP?
His AC is 10.
His AC is-
Well, no, his HP. Excuse me, his HP.
16.
16. Okay. Well, you take 10.
Oh! Oh!
So, That- when he throws that axe at you, that axe gets you right here.
I'm not.
And it sticks deep right into you, knocks you back onto your back for right now.
So that's prone, which means you would have to use an action to get back up.
Yep.
Well,
He's down.
Okay.
But
No, it's
luckily with
Hercules.
you,
and I'm still in
Okay.
when
range.
Hercules takes his next action, it will allow you to be able to stand back up. Because, back up to Hercules. Hercules is going to take said third bandit
that he's been choking.
that he's been choking the life out of, even though the bandit's still up right now. And he's going to hurl the bandit, the bandit number 1.
Oh my God.
That would just.
Woo! And dang, Hercules, what the heck just happened with you? Nat 1.
Okay.
So, as Hercules is about
Slips.
to throw the bandit comes down on Hercules' forearm and finally is able to break free. So when he breaks free from Hercules, Hercules is now standing with his back turned to the bandit.
Yeah, but Bandit 3 still needs to remember there's a big angry elephant in the room.
That's fine. But Bandit 3 is up.
Yeah. Come
With
on,
his
Cowboy.
laced dagger,
The same one he stabbed me with at the get.
he's going to try to get the back of Hercules' neck.
Would that work on a guy?
Lace will still damage. It may not kill it, but it'll still damage.
Yeah. See,
And he is not going to hit. He got awfully close, but it grazed the hair on Hercules' head.
so much for a mullet.
Right? Sort of sliced off some of the hair and all that. Some of the lace residue is still amongst his hair. But when he does that, the reason he missed is because he was still trying to gain his footing from having gotten out of Hercules' clutch. So, with that being said, Muries, you are back up.
Going back up. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
All right. Where's the one that just slashed my ankle?
Under
That'd
you.
be 8. And he is, you're down like this, facing this way. He's right here still.
All right, I'm pulling my short sword out before I do this.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
All right. I'm taking my short sword and I'm going to stab it into him. So
Okay.
Max damage, max damage, max damage.
4 plus 5 piercing damage.
How do you want it done?
I smash my short sword straight into, like the soft spot. If you hit too hard right here, you'll die. Well, he's most definitely going to die because the sword's going right through that.
Okay. So, with that being said, when you stab that sword through him, you being as angered as you are, not rage, but as angered as you are at the fact that he just sliced you back with that right there, you stab that sword down, sword goes straight through him and sticks into the ground with him just perched, hanging over the ground.
He is Sweeney Todd level
that's
dead.
Now that's not one of the comments.
Brock! You're up.
Do you want more stupid Brock antics?
Go on.
If you do,
Go
press
on,
the-
Nick Snapper. Go on.
If you want more Brock antics, subscribe. You knew what I was working at. I always working a gimmick. Brock's just gonna look at the guy who just tried to take out Hercules. Right on top of the head.
With the club?
Yep.
Roll.
Mm. Robbie, you play Barbarians more than I have.
What's up?
When I add my +2 to melee damage with strength weapons, which a club is strength weapon. So that would be a 14.
Does hit. Roll me some damage.
And that is a D8. So
And this was which bandit, by the way? The one
3.
that.
the one who's been
The one that's
Yeah.
directly behind Hercules.
the one who's been getting choked most of this
Okay.
encounter.
Okay. How you holding up over there? Zeries.
Oh, really?
Uh,
I'm
da-da-da.
away from my final plan. If I hit the one I'm going after for this next
No,
day, the
11.
finishing's about to be.
That'd be 12.
12. It does hit. And was that the damage that you rolled?
That's total damage.
Okay. How do you want it done?
Brock's just over it now. He's just like, okay, I've had my fun. He looks at, just to add to the comedy of Brock, he looks at Bandit 4, who's on the ground with the rib out, right? Bandit 4, correct? Stay. Looks at Bandit 3 and just, hard as he possibly can, drives his club onto the, I don't know human anatomy, but that curved spot in the skull.
Yeah.
And when he drives it down, the head just kind of compresses inward.
Oh my gosh. He's talking about pulling a Negan With glue.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh
Who
my
wants
gosh, well,
Popeyes?
yeah. So, yeah. Popeyes, literally. So yeah, as that club comes right down on top of this bandit's head, it just smushes, caves inwards, and all that. Eyes, tongue,
Blood.
blood, everything spews out and all that. That bandit just goes lifeless, plump to the ground again, like mush.
Train me later. And he's saying this to Hercules.
Hercules sort of whips around and looks at you and is like, okay. Potential. Turns back around. Xeres, you're up.
And bleeding.
You're next. You're up. You have made it up by this point.
He still got the axe in the shoulder?
He still has the axe in the shoulder, yes. But you have made it up by now.
What you gonna try to do? You gonna try to do another fireball? Fireball?
Okay,
Bandit 4. Bandit 4 is probably about, I'd say about 5 feet from you. Bandit 1, who's the one that threw it at you and all that.
I'm going with Bandit 1.
Okay. He has. Your bandit 1 has to beat a 15.
He does not.
Okay.
With,
All right. Now let me see what damage it is.
okay,
So-
with all the strength I have left, I'm a stand up.
Okay. Roll a d6 and you're going. It's a regular dice.
Monopoly dice.
Yep, like that.
Roll it. So it's going to be a 2 plus 1 damage, so 3.
3.
3
Okay.
damage.
So you threw that at him.
Okay, with all the strength I had left, I took out my wand and I casted the fireball.
Okay. The fireball does hit the bandit, and when it hits the bandit, it sort of bludgeons across the chest of the bandit, sort of got like cinders on his clothing and everything like that, sort of like knocked him back on his back and all that with that blast. And he's just, or with that fireball, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like, trying to rip off his clothes real quick and all that because it's starting to burn through his clothing to get to his skin. But it's definitely taken the wind out of him, and it's definitely knocked him out of the fight for right now. Bandit, no, Anna, excuse me. So what he just did was knock Bandit 1, the one that attacked him, on his back with fireball and all that. He's trying to rip off his clothing right now because the fire is burning through his clothing, trying to get to him. But it took the wind out of him, and he's out of the fight for right now. You got Bandit 4. Bandit 4 is the one that originally tried to go for you.
Okay, I'll do that.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take my light crossbow and try to shoot it at him.
Okay,
All right, roll
roll
the d20.
roll the 20.
This gonna be alright. Right here.
Yeah. Just tell us what it is.
20.
Nat 20.
Dang.
Hey, check that.
Yeah.
It's a 20.
I definitely think that short crossbow does hit.
All right, now
dead.
roll the damage.
That
Roll the
means
damage.
So you want to do
Which
double
one's
dice
the
for a
damage?
crit?
Yes.
It
Okay,
should
so
tell
double
you
dice for
which
crit.
dice you supposed
Double
to use for
pyramid.
damage.
Hey,
Hey, Joe, see what dice you need for damage.
I know it's a D8.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So she's going to roll 2 d8s for crit. Whenever y'all roll a crit, y'all roll
There's
double.
one. Roll that one, and I'll
Dice.
keep track.
The highest one.
She crit on the first 8. I
All
swear
right,
to
roll
God.
it again because
I swear to God. One. 16 total.
Yeah. Where? How do you want it
How,
done?
how you killing them?
Oh, I'm gonna stab him right in the
No, you're
or
shooting
shoot
the
him
crossbow.
right in the chest with it.
You want to shoot him right in the chest? All right. Well, your crossbow definitely shoots him in the chest. Specifically, shoots him directly into the heart, and immediately stops all functioning with this individual. This bandit goes straight
Which bandit
down.
you just take out?
Bandit 4.
Oh,
Bandit 1.
Brock's Blake thing.
Bandit 1 is the only bandit that is remaining, and he is down on the ground right now trying to get clothing off and everything like that.
Making that AC go down, down, down.
Yep. Now, it's probably taking about half of his damage right now, but he's got the clothes off him now. He's going to stand right back up, and he's going to be like shaking a little bit, looking at all 5 that are now surrounding him and looking at him. And he's just going to drop to his knee. He's going to be like, stop. Let me go. No, not one of us bandits will ever bother y'all again.
Brock's
Just
gonna
let me
look to Nereus and the rest of the party you leave him alive to risk harming these innocent people?
And while your Nereus is walking toward the bandit, Nereus raises up and hoofs his head to the ground till it's mush.
Well, that answers that question.
Till it's mush. Till it's mush. Okay, you want to roll for that?
Brock was going. That might have come in handy, but at the same time,
Oh, that would be a 17 to 17 hit.
Okay, 17 does hit. You don't have to roll for damage.
All right.
So, yeah,
Brock just goes.
he's gonna get hooved to death.
Brock's gonna go. Never mind.
All right.
And then he's gonna. Brock comes out of rage. Hey guys,
With that being said,
intermission.
take a 15.
All right, I'm gonna use restroom right.
You know, if you're liking our content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us some of your favorite moments you've seen in the campaign so far. This is Beyond Calibur, and we'll be back right after this.
After this battle that y'all just undergone,
Brock's finally out of rage.
Brock's out of rage. All of y'all are sort of settling down over these fallen victims, just bruising them. And Ziri's sort of defeated, but to your surprise, he's already started healing up a little bit from the battle axe taken out.
So I don't need to give him no potion.
No, because Ziri's one of his functions, one of the things that.
Oh yeah,
makes
his
him who he is.
regeneration.
I have a wing
I
of
forgot.
regeneration.
He's got a ring of regeneration.
That'd be nice.
Well, that's what Zuri's has that.
The ring of regeneration.
Oh,
The ring of regeneration. He wears at all times, so he's already started healing up.
I
Now,
go ahead-
after this battle, you do have somebody who's starting to stagger a little bit. No.
Oh, I'd give him a. Will it be a regen potion or a healing potion? I need to give him.
I don't know why you would waste potions on giving it to him when y'all got an elixir on the
Yeah.
elixir battle.
Brock's just gonna stagger.
Well,
and
how
go.
far away from the ship are we?
Not really that far.
Y'all are probably about
So we'll make it.
10 blocks or so.
Okay. All right. We'll just
Brock-
go to the ship. Then.
It's slowly taking effect in you. So what you're experiencing this particular
It's like
day-
You want to hop on my? You want to hop
Sort of
on my
like
back?
being-
That way you ain't got exert energy.
Yeah. It's sort of like it's making him sort of loosey goosey.
He can hop on my back. That way he ain't got a reserve energy.
Brock's just gonna look at him and go.
And I just pick him up and put him on my back.
Wee.
As y'all are heading back, you come across this courtyard right here.
Oh.
So this courtyard, I want y'all all to make
I'll roll with
a
disadvantage.
perception check.
I'll roll with disadvantage.
Perception, you said?
Why do I have to roll with disadvantage? I got a nat
15
20.
plus 2 plus 1, so that's gonna be 16, 17, 18.
Remember to add your plus ones.
Josh,
6.
look what I got on my first roll, but I have to roll with disadvantage, don't I?
This one.
With the poison effect.
Is that
don't
what's your perception? The D20.
Not really.
Okay.
No,
You
really?
got that plus
Okay.
1 too though. So
20,
7,
6.
6. Okay.
plus
Because I want a 5.
Okay.
3, 23. And
I
that's
got an
the,
18.
15.
I got 6.
Okay.
the drunk, the poison guy got the best roll. What'd you roll?
5.
So 5,
What's your thing?
10. Yeah, you got an 11.
Okay. So y'all two won't notice much. But as y'all enter the courtyard, it is incredibly quiet, incredibly serene. Not even music is playing. This place right here, sort of like a monk's courtyard. It's the equivalent of being in a monastery. When y'all enter this courtyard, it is a peace. There's no violence, no negative aura whatsoever. Sort of a, positive, just a relaxing time. And in said courtyard is a fountain. And is also an area of which to relax the body, sort of similarly to a hot tub. It is a warm tub. It's got a whole bunch of different oils, fragrances, things of that nature. On the other side, you see a woman sitting down. This woman has sort of like some of her personal items to sell. She's sitting there just looking around, just taking in the sight. You notice something that's amongst her items. You, because you correlate with the gods, you would know this item. She would not. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the amulet of Aphrodite.
Hey, yum.
She got your mama's nickels.
So, the amulet of Aphrodite sits amongst all these fine gems. The only one that really understands or knows this would be him.
Brock's too
What
out
do you
of
wish
it.
to do with this information?
Anna? The old hag over there got your mama's nickels.
Brock's gonna go. He said, "Hag."
Zooey, you just gonna split.
Wait, hold up. I got a question. Couldn't the douchebag, I don't know, let Brock borrow the ring for a minute?
No, he
No.
There it is.
No.
Emma's gonna walk up to this lady and ask if, I guess, is she selling it or is it just what she has?
It's selling it.
I'm
it's
gonna
hard
go
to-
up to her and ask her how much she wants for it.
Remember we stood up by my.
I have money.
Yeah.
Well, hello, dear. I see you've taken interest in this amulet. Oh, this amulet is a very special amulet. It was really weird, though, because it was brought to me by a stranger for me to keep a hold of. But I figured I probably won't see that stranger ever again since they left, so I figured I could go ahead and. So now I'm trying to buy my way to get away from Bordat and go visit family elsewhere. And so I'm trying to earn some money so that I can chart courses there. So, have you expressed interest? Would you like this amulet?
Yes, but can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What did this strange character look like?
Oh, the very skinny figure, very. Seems sort of like he was, on something that was making him depressed, or I don't know. I mean, he just seemed a very lowly type and all that, and just didn't have much, happiness, I guess you could say, to him and all that. But very slim figure, very, daunting, if it were.
Okay. How much do you want for the
Then
amulet?
Nereus asked a question. Does this figure have horns and purple with yellow eyes?
No.
Watch it.
Brock just out of the blue. How much?
Is A chiseled figure, perhaps.
Why, yes, he does have some very, straightforward, aspects of his figure. Yes, I mean, very, precise cut of the jawline. Very.
Ah, sounds familiar, doesn't it? Neri?
I
From
might
earlier?
have to refresh my memory.
Y'all got information from the
Oh,
blacksmith.
yeah.
Horse
yeah.
boy. Live
Okay,
please.
how much do
Hey.
you want for the amulet?
That was out of
Well,
character.
this amulet. I mean, I don't know if you know this. But this amulet actually supposedly belonged to the goddess Aphrodite. Did you know that?
Oh, wow, dude.
Do I
Brock's
need to
gonna-
reveal its
No, that would be a bad play.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
So,
I want Brock. Does he still have enough common sense to try to help on this, or would
Yeah.
you say no?
Yeah.
Brock's gonna go. I'm not gonna run off with it, man. But you mind if I get a closer look at it?
Yes, and she holds it up, to Nereus so that Nereus can hold it and then raise it up for you to see.
I'm about to try something. We don't know if it's gonna work.
Okay.
God, you're on my back. Don't just remember that.
No, Brock. So just to give the idea, Brock's gonna try to con this woman and say that it's fake.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Ah, my nipple.
Okay. I need you to roll a persuasion.
Nat 20.
Okay. So,
Brock
what are
looks
you
at,
wanting to say to this woman?
Brock looks at it, gets a better look at it, and goes, "Man, I hate to break it to you. This is just a fake trinket."
Really?
Yes, ma'am. I hate to tell you, but tell you what, I'll give you 40 gold pieces for it. Just,
That's awfully generous of you, but I don't feel right if it's a fake.
ma'am,
Taking money.
ma'am, you want to see your family. You deserve this. Let us take it off, get rid of it for you, and you go see your family and live your life.
Sort of starts smiling, getting teary-eyed, and all that. She said, well, you don't know how much this means to me. I mean, this more than helps to cover, the rest of my expenses and what I'll need to be able to travel. I can't thank you enough. Yes, please take it with you. And so, now having the possession of the amulet,
And Brock
of Aphrodite,
and now the
amongst
poison's getting further, and Brock goes, "Can we go back to the ship?"
first we
Yeah,
have,
let's
to,
go head to
we
the
have
ship.
to make a stop first.
Oh yeah, I did give my gauntlet.
Okay, what's more important, the gauntlet or poisoning?
Let's take him back to the ship and me and you
Yeah,
will
because
go
we have
get it.
out of character. We have the amulet. If we
Yeah.
get it back on the ship, y'all can leave me with Neri. No,
No, I'll
Zero.
leave you with Hercules. I'll
Her-
trust this little.
no, leave me with both of them.
Yeah.
That way it's secure, and we can get Hermes to take it back up to Olympus.
Yeah, let's do that. What's what we're doing? So we take him to the ship. Hercules and Hornboy.
Yeah, have
Watches him.
Neri tell Hercules the game plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. You and Hornboy over here, watch him, and me and Anna has some business to take care of with the blacksmith.
So, with that being said,
They just drop Brock in his tub of the elixir.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wee.
yeah, that's what I do. I just drop you in your tub.
Thank you. Hey, how'd y'all like that Nat 20? Hey, I lost 40 gold pieces, but remember, Brock is a good-hearted character.
I didn't want to tell her she's my mother, but I wanted
That would have been a bad.
to tell her I knew of her.
Yeah, no,
I've
I think
heard
we
this,
make.
I've
What do you
heard of
think,
her.
Robbie? Do you think we made the right
I think
call?
we did.
I
good.
could have told her I've
We
heard
did.
about her.
Dylan,
Dylan.
I feel like y'all did.
look, no, out of character. You think it was a good play?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Oh, this might be done. It's on my back. So I am down to 130 on gold. So I guess this heals me back up. Because I'm gonna be in there for the full 30.
So me and Anna's on the way to Blacksmith.
And
And
So, when y'all arrive back at the blacksmith, you notice that the place is still dark. Some items gone, some of the jewelry is still lying about, but that chest is now nowhere to be seen. So, y'all step in. So y'all step in, and when y'all step in a little bit deeper into the actual blacksmith's shop, you hear rustling once again going in the back. And as you hear rustling in the back, you hear, "I'll be out in a moment."
All right.
He comes out. "Yes! Welcome to the blacksmith. Oh, you're back. Okay. Did you bring back what I told you?"
Yes.
then I hand him the 200.
Okay. 200 gold pieces. He sets them to the side. "Now, I know we discussed a glove, but I don't really know that a glove is your style. So, I have designed a way to make this trinket more specific to you and what you want. It's of a bigger size, but it'll definitely fit your hands. But inside a leather patented box, flips open the lid to show you this.
what is it? Oh. I thought it was gonna be a pair of brass knuckles. I ain't even gonna lie.
With this ring, instead of it just being on your hand, this ring will actually exert this gem's ability into your entire being.
So what's this thing called?
So, the actual name for this ring, it's given the name Bayorn.
That's
Bayorn.
spell that.
Bayyorn.
ERN.
ERN. Bayorn. You can write down the pronunciation of it if that helps. But he goes on to say, "I have named this Bayorn. The reason that it is named Bayorn is because someone within my family once wore a gem in the form of a ring such as this, his name being Bayorn. And in our family, he holds the most esteem because out of all of our family, he was the only one to have what he called a psychic connection with the gods. So, we decided to name most of our precious gems after him in some form or fashion. But with something like this, 200 gold pieces, well worth it. Any battles you may encounter, you don't seem like the ugly fellow who's already encountered such wars or battles or anything. But if you do come across battles in your future, this will do its job in providing you the strength you need to take out foes."
So how much strength is that? Or are we just gonna do that when we go to? We'll do that. Okay.
So, is there anything else that I can help you all with?
I don't think so.
Well then, you know where to find me. If you ever must need any more information or anything at all, feel free to come back. Just remember, purchase something from me, and you will get more information. But if you don't, then you must pay for said information. Understood?
Understood.
All right.
See you soon, old man.
Ta-ta. And he heads back to the back.
All right, we head back to the ship now.
Y'all head back to the ship. All right.
Has it been 30 minutes?
Yeah, we'll say around this time it has been.
Brock's back on the deck and he's still holding the amulet, just waiting on us to That ain't right. Huh? Depart, thank you. And he goes, "You have fun doing a little shopping trip?"
How did Hornboy act? Was he well behaved?
I soaked for 30 minutes, came out here and waited on y'all. To be honest, he ain't that bad. He just has an abrasive personality. Kind of like fresh wheat. Kind of abrasive, but you get used to it.
Y'all gonna get used to it very fast.
Right.
But me and Hercules talked for a minute. I like hearing his stories, especially about a young Nereis struggling with a sword.
Zilly just laughed.
Hercules kind of look at Brock like, really?
Look, we
Now
got.
he's gonna look over at Nereis and be like, not all of that was true. But part of the short sword was.
But
And Zilly
But
just laughed.
it seems you've come a long way with said short sword.
oh yeah,
In the way he impaled that gentleman into
it
the
was
ground.
awesome.
I must believe that you have tackled quite a bit while I've been gone.
I had to.
Well,
And I think it's paid off for you.
I was your replacement, so
That you
so
were.
we can depart now and get Hermes back, so we can deliver this back to Aphrodite.
Except for Hermes is not on the ship.
Well, he shows up at nightfall. I do know that. You said that earlier.
He does show up at nightfall. However, he also stated that he was going to stay with the ship the entirety.
what happened
Where
to
is
him?
he?
Well, why are y'all on the ship? There's only one place he can go besides the ship.
Mother,
What? Where?
he's back in town. He's
Well, I
disguising
guess
himself.
we should go back to town.
This.
Do we have a hang on?
Rather-
Point of inquiry. Do we have a way to lock up items like that only we can get into? Is there any kind of enchantment on that on the ship?
Well, I did tell y'all that there were certain areas that had cracks sembling possible passageways and stuff like that.
Brock's gonna look at Nereis, Hercules, and Xeres and go, "Me and Anna are gonna find a way to secure this thing while we have it in our possession. Y'all go find Messenger Boy."
I wouldn't do that. Did we not learn anything earlier from separating the
Really
Yeah.
Separate part.
So let's go secure this thing first, and then let's go find Hermes.
Y'all better hope I don't catch it.
What are you gonna do? He'll probably move so fast he'll throw you into the ocean and watch you drown. If you can drown. To be determined. Come on. I think me and Anna found some cracks earlier last
All right.
night.
So y'all all head down, including Hercules. All of y'all head down to the lower parts of the hull of the ship. And as you're passing by, again, y'all notice the same passageways that y'all did earlier that are outlined with crack. Anna and Xeres, both of y'all make me an insight check.
Roll the d20.
Make sure that's a D20.
Wait,
Don't pull a me.
wait. Don't do insight
see.
yet. Hold up.
It is.
Okay.
Don't do insight yet.
Hold up. Or would it be a perception?
First one, make a perception. Next one, yeah, just do perception for right now.
4.
Is that with your modifiers? Okay,
Yeah.
perception.
Dirty 21.
He's rolling
Dirty
terrible.
That's a
21.
4.
Huh?
She got a.
21?
I got a 4.
Okay.
It was a dirty 20 plus the 1.
Zeres is rolling terrible.
It's okay.
Did you
Well, he
not
doesn't
bless
have-
those dice before you gave them to him?
Yeah. All right. So, among the passages, entrances that you see, sort of like carved and shaped into the hull, you notice that one of them is not a passage per se. It sort of looks like a little lock safe in a way that's hidden into the hull of the ship.
Look, I gotta ask. what do people like Brock and Deary see? Because obviously this is a godly thing.
Y'all just see cracks in the ship, like from where the planking has joined and stuff like that.
What do you see, Anna? You staring at it awful hard.
I see a lot. Like a safe.
All right.
Okay, here you go. I can't see it.
So
I can't. He goes, I can't.
there's Greek wording that surround. That Greek wording states that only a true God can open said block, said holding. So, you are a true God. Xeres is a true God. Hercules is a true God.
Only
So
us
you
two.
three are the only ones that can open said.
I'm a half-breed.
And then Hermes,
You're he.
but
You're
Hermes won't
mortal.
go anywhere near that because that's not of his business.
Who?
Only on that ship. Hermes. Whenever he's on the ship, that's not of his business. So you hold your hand over the spot and it begins to glow a bright gold around it. And with that, it sort of like withers and dissolves away to show an opening in there.
Can we see that, or is it still the planks?
No, now that she's done this, everybody can see what she's saying. So
What in the world?
when that opens up, there are different separating mechanisms in there to put certain artifacts in. Then when you press up against the siding over here, it folds this whole open ordeal. There's another little, like, looks like what we would deem as a closet hidden, but when you press up against the side of it, the closet opening dissolves. And when it dissolves, it shows points in which things like spheres, tridents, and stuff like that can sit in. There's a specific holding place right there with a hook that is in the smaller compartment, specifically for this amulet. So, what do you wish to do?
I'm gonna put it in there.
You're gonna hang it up?
Yeah.
When you hang it up and you back your hand out of it, all of it goes away. And it goes right back to the way it was before you opened.
Well, that's interesting. Cool. All right. Let's go find the messenger.
So, as
Brock?
y'all are,
Get
go
down.
ahead.
Brock, before he even gets off the ship this time, grabs the. You never told us what kind of metal it was. You just said it was like a gold. Grabs this golden axe until I come up with a nickname for it,
Yep.
and put it on its back, and look at Nereis. I remembered it this time.
And y'all wish to depart with anything else? Then y'all go
What?
search for
Wait, what did
items.
Nereis say?
So you're learning.
You're learning. All right. When y'all get to the ramp again, as y'all start walking down the ramp to go towards the town, you see a man-like figure, what seems to be soaring through the sky with wings.
Found him.
Now, his trajectory is heading to a palace. And he's basically makes his landing at said palace.
I guess we know where we're headed, guys.
All right, let's go.
So, while y'all are passing through Bordat, sun's starting to go down, moon's starting to come up. It's about that time for y'all to leave, but obviously y'all can't. So, as the sun starts to, not without Hermes.
Well, he can. Never mind. Technically, he could have just caught up with us.
If he knew where y'all were going.
That is fair.
Because y'all haven't discussed where y'all are going yet.
Yeah.
So, as the sun begins to climb down and the moon's just shaping itself a little bit over the horizon and all that, y'all are heading to this palace. Palace is up pretty high, not the highest point of Bordat, but it's a very nice, clean, pristine palace. And as y'all sort of make your way up to the doors in the front, there is a symbol of an ocean that is marked on the front of these doors. And there is a golden knob for y'all to use to knock.
This is either for Poseidon or this the city's logo.
What do we wish to do?
I'm not.
You'll knock? So you take the golden handle, knock 1, 2, 3. Y'all wait for about 5 to 10 seconds. Those big doors open up to this massive palace. Inside the palace, this person apparently likes blue. Because this palace is riddled in blue.
Oh.
Blue drapes, blue fountain. When you enter the palace has one of 3 stairways. East, west, and the northern corridor. The western corridor is where y'all saw Hermes land on the balcony of one of the rooms. In the northern corridor, in the eastern corridor, which y'all can explore if you choose to see what's there, is basically dining and bedroom over in the eastern corridor. And the northern corridor looks to be another map, specifically a map of Bordat, that is on a table.
See, there's one thing I forgot I did make note of for Brock, and that is he has his painter's kit. So he has a little sketch, a little book that ain't no bigger than what you say is like one of the composite notebooks.
Yep.
Look, just for audience, use that for your imagination. If you don't know what that is, it was a notebook we used in the 90s. And does a quick sketch of the map of Bordat.
Yep.
Just to have that kind of reference.
Okay, so you went into the northern corridor.
Oh, it's in the
up
north.
stairs.
Okay, I thought it was like
No.
okay.
It's on the
That's
table.
on me. I got confused.
No, you're good. It's on the table. Like, you know how the war room.
Okay,
looks.
same way.
Same layout and all that. But it's specifically for Bordat, not for the world. For Bordat.
Which way y'all want to head? We can check out the map, or we can go where we saw Hermes land.
Let's see what Hermes is up to.
I'm going to Hermes. I don't care what y'all do.
Whatever you say, Edgelord. Anna?
All right.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm fine either way.
All right. So, if
West.
y'all are going to the west corridor, y'all head up the staircase. When y'all get to the top of the staircase, there is only one room that is ahead of you. When you open those doors, a beautifully placed master room, as far as a master size built, bed frame with blue drapes hanging all down beside it. You got the nicest delicacies as far as furniture and things of that nature go, hand carven, placed with Greek wording, everything of that nature. It is very precise and very nice. When y'all head out onto the balcony where Hermes now stands, he's by himself. But he's facing out towards the ship, like he's looking at the ship. What do y'all want to say? What do y'all want to do?
Hey, Hermes.
Boo! Hermes is gonna, the boo, yeah. If you actually do the boo, then Hermes is gonna whip around and be like, oh, y'all can't be doing that to me now.
I was trying not to be fair.
Serious?
I scare you a little bit.
Yeah, you always scare me with your look.
Didn't you say you was gonna stay on ship?
I did, but while I was here, I had to deliver a very important message.
Whose palace is this?
Well, if y'all are so anxious to meet him, why not just head back to the ship? He awaits.
I don't like that, Hermes.
I'm making sure you come this time.
Quit crying. It's
I will
not
grab you.
bad.
And Brock looks at him like he's trying to get on like a joking, like he still shows respect. But he's trying to joke and goes, "I will grab you by your wings."
You have to catch me first. Yeah! And just takes off, flying back towards the ship.
And Brock is trying to loosen up. You know, he looks at Nereus and goes, "Bet I can beat you back."
Try.
Brock takes off. He's trying to have fun.
Just for this, I need y'all both to roll me a acrobatics.
Oh god. Block does a backflip off.
13 plus 3.
16,
Oh, plus that 1, so 17.
so 17.
Well, you're my rival, but you're my friend too, so it works out.
So yeah, ultimately in the end, he does make it back to the ship before you do.
Yeah, like 3 minutes later, here comes Brock.
I am half horse.
So, y'all are at the base of the ship, looking up at the ramp. Hermes sits now on top of the ramp, at the very top of the ship, waving y'all to come up. Waves seem calm.
It's got. I think I got a feeling who it is, and I don't trust it. My gut is telling me don't trust it. Either that, or I got a fart. One
Well,
of
who
the
do
two.
you think it is?
Poseidon.
Poseidon? Okay. All right. So, y'all
Brock
get
is gonna
up.
head up and just. Alrighty.
When y'all get up to the top, you, and you roll me perception with advantage. Not you.
Did I screw up?
No.
13 plus 2 plus 1.
Yeah, right there.
16.
So you know who it is once you see his backside.
His back.
What'd you say was the other thing?
Perception, right?
and-
Perception
Oh, with advantage, right?
with advantage.
Roll
So
again.
you roll the d20.
What'd you get?
we're
9,
going with the
which is
16.
10 plus the 1.
Perception.
So he got a 10.
21. 22.
I think you got 11.
Okay.
Hey,
Huh?
22 for Gap.
22 does. It would make sense for Zeres not to know this person as well as the other two. But when y'all come up the ramp and are veering behind, Hermes sort of backs away and does this. Y'all see this gentleman right here.
Jesus?
Yeah, that was.
No, that's not Poseidon.
That's
He turns around with his head, looks behind, says, I was wondering when I would be paid a visit by all of you. Allow me to introduce myself to those who do not know me. My name is Perseus.
Bruh! Percy's.
Perseus. Perseus.
Oh, Percy. I'm about to say.
Percy Jackson? No. We are not getting sued by Disney.
No, we're not.
But it's not here. Perseus. And who is Perseus?
Technically, Perseus was a child of Zeus, not Poseidon for starters, but he did have favor with Poseidon as well.
He did. Do you know why he had favor with Poseidon?
If I'm not mistaken, he did marry one of Poseidon's daughters.
Correct.
Married his cousin.
Yeah, well, look at the Percy Jackson universe. They do that kind of stuff all the time.
We're talking about the Greek gods. Anyways, he turns around and says, my name is Perseus. And he looks at all of y'all, looks at Hercules, nods to Hercules, looks at you, nods to you, looks at Zeres, looks to Anna,
Do you just
Nods
tick
to
off
you.
everybody, dude?
and looks to you. You, I've never seen the likes of.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't. I'm just a simple farm boy.
Nothing wrong with that.
My name's Brock Trenson.
Brock. Nice to meet you, Brock.
Pleasure.
I have come here because I am to set you on way to your next location.
Well, thank you.
Poseidon's trident. Poseidon's trident is not located on landmass.
It's underwater, isn't it?
Correct, Brock. In order to find Poseidon's trident.
No, didn't you ask this for years for these characters?
In order to locate Poseidon's trident, you will have to use favor. You will have to trust in each other. But make note, it will not be easy. You are heading to Laguda's Fall. I would mark that on your notes. Laguda's Fall.
Spell that.
Lagudas. Lagudas.
B-A-S?
DAS.
B-A-S?
Lagud
Delta.
AS. Delta. Lagudas Falls. Beware. When he looks to each and every one of you with sincerity, he says, these waters will not treat you fairly. And the skies around this area are just as worse. If you are to recover said trident, then you will have to ultimately make certain sacrifices in order to do so. Trust me, if you can help it, not of life. But, with that being said, I leave you. I will head back now and make my rest. Before I go, I have replenished all of your resources on your ship
Thank you.
of what you've already gone through, along with some more appetizing choices in food. More elegant, should I say. Hermes knows where to reach me. But until we see each other again, it is fair and adieu. And he's going to take a final nod and then brush past y'all as he heads back down the ramp, just walking ever so solemnly, just peacefully. With that, Hermes looks back and says, all right! So who's ready to start this next leg?
Well, we got to make a pit stop at Olympus right quick.
Or
Anna, we're good.
My mother's trinket. My mother's trinket.
Yes.
We found Aphrodite's necklace.
oh, this is very intriguing.
I kind of pulled one of the things you're known for. Tricks and thievery.
Well, it definitely comes in handy, doesn't it?
Well, I kind of made it worth a while. I kind of told her it was a fake. A useless facade, for lack of a better term.
So, with that being said, Hermes, sort of gives you that attitude of well done and all that.
Why is Brock getting smarter? Oh yeah, the +2. Yeah. Well done.
Well, starts rowing in the ramp and all that onto the ship to get ready for sail. Y'all's ship lifts off. As it lifts off, we start heading towards Laguda's Falls.
I thought we were.
We gotta go to Olympus first.
Yeah. Drop off the train.
Oh, so y'all are going to do that?
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
need to get.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
That,
You can
well, we
skip
need.
forward a couple sessions.
Well,
perfect.
Well, we need to get. Our thought
Skip
process.
forward. What are you talking?
Well, we need. I think it
I was
is.
going to save it a secret, but since y'all are going there right
Robbie,
now,
we need to get these trinkets back.
Yeah.
So that way we're not sitting here with all this powerful items
Yeah,
and
we're going
tracking
to
money.
Olympus right quick.
Okay, perfect.
We're messing
All
your
right.
plans up.
Yep, you are messing the plans up.
Yeah, that's
And that-
normal for D&D.
That might be good for you, or might be good for me. In particular.
Not if we gotta
alright,
start back
so,
over.
Y'all are traveling. Y'all want to fast forward some hours until y'all are in Olympus?
Sure.
Brock kind of goes. I'm trying to get an idea on the ship. Basically, he goes to like one of the other ends and just is pondering the fact that he has to go from what Perseus said underwater And that is, Brock has that Oppenheimer stare right now. He's just staring straight ahead and just trying to figure out, okay, how can I get out of this? How can I handle this?
Okay. Well, just remember, y'all wanted to go ahead and go to Olympus instead of Olympus. So, all right. So, fast forward several hours, y'all are back, arriving in the atmosphere of Olympus. Y'all rise above the clouds, see that great city again. Y'all are pulling up to y'all's unloading area, and there meets the three head honchos, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, all waiting for y'all's arrival back.
What's up, boss?
Ship sets in, the ramp is lowered.
What's up, bosses?
He's just gonna look at you.
Well, I mean, y'all kind of are boss if you think about it.
Please, don't ever call me that again.
Yes, Lord Zeus.
I assume there's a reason that y'all decided to come here.
Anna, show him.
Anna pulls out Aphrodite's trinket. This.
Zeus reaches out and grabs it, pulls it in. Your mother will definitely love to learn that you have recovered her.
I'm not laughing in character, but that was a really good pun on your part.
Hades decides to then speak up. However, you must realize that doing this has now put us in jeopardy. See, we gave y'all that safe haven for a reason on the ship, so that y'all wouldn't have to come back to us and deliver it. And now that y'all have done this, the trident is nowhere to be found now at all.
Rocky.
So, until you can come upon that trident again, I'd suggest not going anywhere that, you'll lose one of the artifacts again. And Poseidon sort of looks and lowers his tone by gesturing his arm downwards. Poseidon looks to you and says, "It's quite all right. I do not fear that my trident is taken. To me, there are more artifacts that are greater value in said situation than just my trident. Might I recommend heading to Fayetta? Fayetta, mark it down.
F-A-E,
Huh?
like Fayetta, F-A-E-T-A-A.
Fayetta.
I was close.
Fayetta.
And Brock's just,
ETA.
Brock's just gonna go. Yes,
So
sir.
we're heading to Fit. Hey, side note, don't go back to Mount Olympus no time soon.
Brock's gonna go. Yes, sir.
Poseidon is going to continue to talk to you about Fayetta. Fayetta, for just a second. Fayetta is a very hunkered down fortress, so to speak. And just so you are aware, Fayetta is not home to common folk.
Well,
And he's going to look over to Hades, and Hades is going to say, Fayetta is one of mine. You will encounter a lot of deceased and a lot of negative spiritual elements. Beware when you get here. You may want my son and Enna to take lead.
Her son and what?
take lead.
To take lead. So, head on. And do not come back until all the artifacts. Because the second you come back here, another one goes missing where we don't. They sort of all give y'all a nod, thanking y'all for your time. They head back inside. Hermes walks from behind Neri's big self and just sort of does a, oh yeah, that could have gone better.
And then I grab Hermes up by the wings. That would have been some information I needed to know.
sort of dangling there from you, sort of like just shifting back and forth in the wind and all that. I was like, you mind setting me down? This hurts.
Brock just shakes his head and goes, "Look, we'll figure this out."
What kind of guide are you?
Hermes looks. I'm the guy that's needed only when I'm told.
Well, we need to know information. We need to know information. That was need to know information.
What did you ask about the information?
We said we was going to Mount Olympus. The smart thing we said, that's not a good idea because you'll lose the trident.
How was I supposed to know it was going to be the trident that was lost?
Well, the way you're talking is you knew something was going to be lost, so that was a risk we did not need to take.
Brock's gonna go, look, calm down, everybody. That's coming from me, the guy who's always full of anger. We'll figure this out.
I mean, and that's why I trust y'all. I know you will figure it out.
Oh no, you're not on the
It's
hook,
good to
Hermes.
know. It's good to know that the gods know that y'all are actually retrieving these artifacts. Because I mean, if they knew that y'all weren't, they probably might smite y'all. But it's fine. It's fine.
Look, if we don't do it, they're gonna smite us. If we screw it up, they're gonna smite us. There is no in between.
Next time, when you know something that we need to know, I suggest you speak up.
Okay. I will.
Now, let's head to Fayetta.
All right. Is everybody on board?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Rose in the ramp. Y'all depart.
Hercules,
Take off.
want to
Yes.
spar? Want to spar?
If you're up for it.
It's not a good idea, bro.
No, I'm not gonna go overboard. He can probably critique my form because let's be honest here, it's pretty lackluster.
Oh, well, so is some of Neri's still, but it's fine. And as y'all, all three, head over to the weaponry to grab weaponry to spar with, you two face each other. In this next session, y'all are going to be huge as far as making things happen. You two.
Y'all are the gods.
So session 3.
Will we screw up next time?
With that being said, in transit, heading to Fayetta. That is where session 2 ends.
All right.
Now,
I'm about to do my little ending right quick.
Hang on, let's do this one first.
the video.
Oh, yeah.
The session. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to session 2. You know, it's been, hopefully a blast for y'all as much as it has been for us. And, there's just a lot of excitement going on now. Now, I think the actors are starting to understand specifically where we are as far as, priorities are in discovering certain artifacts and what they need to do with them. Comment on this video. Let us know, if you like the second session, and if so, what we did that you liked about it. Again, let us also know some critiques and all that, because we're always open for wanting to please y'all and to keep drawing y'all back to see more things happen in this campaign. But as always, it was a pleasure for y'all to tune in. This is JP Lyleson. I'll point it over here to Robbie real quick, and we'll get this going on.
All right. In this session, I teased a certain 90s TV show. I stated this in the behind the scenes that I'm about to get ready to post. So y'all see that before you hear this. I'll say, so what I was hinting to, if y'all could guess that, then I get ice water dumped on top of my head. But you have to comment it in either this video or the behind the scenes video. And if y'all did it right, that happens. If not, it don't happen. So it's up to y'all. But as always, Rob Burnham.